Running through the maze, I felt the pain, chasing my only dream, break from the scheme. Waking up at dawn, all my fears are gone. All set today, never, never, not today. Compromise, rise above hell, not gonna fall. Step by step I go, faster than the flow. Broke through every chain, I will not be contained.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Man, oh man, oh man. Tomorrow, that looks like the trial is going to be starting of Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone, Sarah Boone. The trial is starting for Sarah Boone. And this is the intro that I'm going to be working on. Actually, I thought I already had it loaded up in here, but it doesn't look like I do. Damn. That's how bad I am. I was like, why is it not showing that video? Because I put that thing together. I was like, oh, this is really good. I'm really digging it. So I put this intro together for Sarah Boone, and then I also created like an outro for it also. And I'll let you guys tell me what you think. Where is it? Intro. I think that's right. Maybe. We'll see. I thought I had it all together, but maybe I don't. That's is that it? No, that can't be right. I'm just missing it all together, I guess. That's me messing things up left and right. Yeah, there it is. So I put this one in there, and I also put in an outro. I want you guys to tell me what you think of the outro whenever I get it loaded up, because it only takes a small portion of it, and I put those in there just to see if they would work. But we do have some of the interrogation videos that I've been looking for, and luckily I was able to locate those from somebody that is their name is in the bottom of the description there. And if you go and you check them out, they've got all of the videos of Sarah Boone. They don't have this stuff in court. They've got quite a bit of it. But let me get some greetings in here. Gutters Pub, good to see you coming by to say hi. Nancy, Sandra, how are you? Miss Sandra, how are you? And then we've got Kathy and Nancy and Elka and Grandkids Taxi. Good to see you from Indiana. I wonder where you're at in Indiana. Well, I mean, you don't give away your location. Please don't do that for me. But yeah, I have some family probably still in Indiana, and I think some of them are still in Kentucky too. Good to see you. Good to see you, Tammy Bugard, Star Z. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Roy Lone Singer. Good evening. Oh my, Norma Stevens, Yvonne Mather. Good to see you, Photo Lady. Oh, you were hoping for more story time? Ooh, you'll get some more story time. We've got some of those too. The stories are mostly on Sunday. This is what we do the rest of the week. When you went to PT, they were shocked that someone thought of them and brought them a treat. Oh, that's so nice, Tammy. That is so nice. Oh, yes, it's so good to see you. Northwest? Okay. So, like, Northwest, yeah, near South Bend, it would be like, I'm trying to think where the closest parlor there would be. Like, there's Dalton is up in there. Is it Dawson? It's been a while. I have a stepmother that lives up in that area. Pretty cool, Tammy. And we've got conversations with living room with RJ. That is awesome. D. Robertson, Fly on the Wall, Lisa Farr. Hello. So this is the intro that I put together. If you guys haven't seen it, this is the intro I'll be using for the trial, so you'll know when it's coming on, because this is what you'll get for Sarah Boone.
tall and tight. Do not let you. Sarah's laugh rings through the night. Such a brute, drunk and silly, thought she'd play. Crazy witch, locked me in just for the day. Life's a bitch. Can't you hear me, Sarah, please? Broke ass bitch, out of air, my lungs they squeeze. Let me out, you witch, this is not a funny joke. You put your hands around my throat, feeling trapped and nearly choke. Gonna croak. Can't you hear me, Sarah, please? Broke ass bitch, out of air, my lungs they squeeze. Let me out, you witch, this is not a funny joke. You put your hands around my throat, feeling trapped and nearly choke. Gonna croak. Sarah, let me out, I'm begging, please. Stop, I'm almost begging, please. Please, someone don't leave me here. Lost my hair, in this case I disappear. Are you there? Dark and tight, I curl and wait. Are you passed out? You'd return my fate. You emptied my stash out. The game has turned to cruel. Why are you filming late? Inside I feel the fool. I can't breathe. Wasn't meant to be my night. Hiding in this suitcase tight. Sarah's giggles fade away, leaving me as her castaway. Sarah, let me out, I'm begging, please. Please stop, I'm almost begging, please. Please, someone don't leave me here. Lost my hair, in this case I disappear. Are you there? Boom! Looking tight, I curl and wait. Are you passed out? Hoping you return my fate. Empty my stash out. Stupid game has turned to cruel. Are you feeling me? Lost inside, I feel the fool. I can breathe. Wasn't meant to be my night. Hiding in the suitcase tight. Sarah's giggles fade away, leaving me as a castaway. Sarah, let me out. I'm begging, please. Breathing stuff, I'm almost begging. Please. Drink some, don't leave me here. Lost my air in this year. In this case, I disappear. Are you there? Sarah.
Yeah, that is the intro. That is the intro. The outro I'll play on the way out tonight. You guys will get to see that, and it's much shorter. So just know that it'll be coming up. It'll be coming up, and I think I just shortened a good portion of that down. So it was it's a much shorter outro than the intro. The intro is about 3 minutes long. And I was like, man, I need to put something in there. It's not going to be so long. So you guys will you'll get that at the end of all of this. But let's go ahead and we got some stuff going on tonight. I mean, it's besides the interrogation videos. We've also got some documents of well, you'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. We might end up doing some music tonight. Just have a little bit of fun with you guys in chat. This is the interrogation of Ron Torres, the brother of Jorge Torres Jr. Here we go.
Today's date is February 26, 2020. The time now is approximately 13:22 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located in my unmarked agency vehicle outside of yard in Orlando, Florida. In the car with me is my partner,
Scott Lower.
And in the front seat is, sir, can you state your name for me?
Juan Torres.
And your birthday?
31.
Okay. And you are the brother to George Torres Jr., correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It came to my, your parents had explained to me that you had a conversation with George a few days ago. Do you recall that specific date?
Yes.
Yeah, so George Torres, whenever this picture was taken, this was him in jail. I believe that he was drunk at the time. That's probably why you're noticing that he's got sort of that blank stare in his eyes. Yeah, they look empty because he's sauced. He's sauced in this. This was after an argument between him and Sarah. Whenever he was in jail, and again, Sir Frank Otter up for 3 months. The second time around, congratulations, congratulations. All right, let's do this.
It was Sunday.
On
Pop
Sunday.
tarts and snacks.
So
Oh, yeah.
Sunday, we're looking at the calendar together. The 23rd.
The 23rd.
Okay, so February 23rd, you guys had a conversation. Do you recall what time that conversation took place?
7:30. Well, it finished at 7:30.
Do you remember what time it started? Do you by any chance still have it in your call log?
Does it do it when? So it had to be 7:30. Because when you call it, clocks it. It doesn't do it at the end. It starts
Sounds like
it.
chicken.
It starts it, and
So
then it tells you how long you talked for.
So it was 7:30.
I had brisket chili.
If you do have it in your call log, I'd love to take a picture of it if you still have it.
It's Monday. Sunday right here.
So it'd be
I wonder how
Sarah.
brisket chili and fries would
Okay.
go.
If you click, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
There we go. Do you mind if I
Yes.
take a photo?
No, it's fine.
Oh yeah, there you go. Chuck, steak, fresh dug up taters, corn, apple peach crisp for dinner.
Okay. And so it says you received an incoming call at 7:30, and you guys spoke for 4 minutes.
Egg sausage
Yes.
biscuits, sausage
He,
gravy, and grits.
We was
Oh,
talking.
yeah.
I was playing dominoes with my kids and my wife. And at first I wasn't gonna pick it up. Then I picked up
Okay.
because they were always fighting and stuff with the
Okay.
alcohol. So he
See,
started talking to me. He was calm, so I was like, oh, okay. So I put it on speaker. So my kids are there, like they joke around with him, and he was joking around with them. And we're talking, and then he's talking to me about when we was kids. And then, like a couple minutes after that, that's when I hear in the back start arguing with him. No, I have to call my brother. I have to talk to him. And he's like, no, I'm talking to my brother. It was her phone, so. And then she starts arguing and telling him that, no, tell him what you've been doing to me. You choked me, this and that. But he was calm. And he was like, okay, I gotta let you go. And then he said, I love you. And I told him I love you. And basically that was it.
man, that's rough.
So she yells in the background, tell him what you've been doing to me.
Yeah.
You've been choking me.
Yeah.
Did you ask him anything about that?
No, because the thing with them, they would fight and they would hit each other. Because there was times he came here and she had hit him with a phone and he had a black eye. So
Oh
it was
man,
like,
Did you witness that?
I didn't get to see it, but
Okay.
he told
Told
me
you.
himself.
Okay.
so that's hearsay.
So you guys know that there's domestic between the
Between
two.
them, and
and
I
that-
told him, get out of there, get out of there. I would tell him leave. And what's crazy is that he would leave, come here, and she would call and tell him to come back, and she would come and get him. So she had the car, he didn't
That's
have a
good.
car.
I'm
Right.
glad to see that he's doing well.
So
You said that he sounded calm.
he was calm, relaxed. Like he would, I can tell because my brother's been drinking for a long time. We tried to get him help before.
Oh, hey, I've got an idea for it. Hey, if you got sensitivity problems with chunk tomatoes and garlic, sugar. Add some sugar to it. Sugar breaks down the acidity in it. Give her a try. It doesn't really make it too sweet, but it does break down the acidity on it.
And I can tell when he was like really drunk, and he wasn't that drunk that night.
He wasn't.
So when you're describing him as calm, that's an indication that he hadn't been drinking that much.
That he wasn't that drunk. No.
Okay. When he's been drinking, Does he get really excited?
Sometimes he gets excited, and you can tell he like slurs his words, and he like, and I can tell like he gets really emotional, and sometimes starts crying. And,
Okay.
Aww.
And none of that happened that
no,
night.
none of that.
Wow.
Have you ever witnessed them physically fight?
I've seen them because I've been to their house, and she's come out all crazy. I went over with my wife, and they had called me to go over there. She had called me to go over there.
Sarah?
Sarah had.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll come over. That he wanted to see me, so I went over. And as soon as I get there, she comes out crazy because she saw some guy.
See, everybody says
peeing
they're
around the
crazy.
corner,
She's crazy.
And she was trying to fight the guy and argue with the guy. And my brother was like, yo, calm down, B. Just calm down. And it was like,
Yeah.
I went to that. That's why I would try to avoid everything. Like, I would call, whenever he called me, I talked to him. I tried to talk to
More
him.
like a dictatorship.
But it was
I don't know if you call it a
always-
relationship.
Like, they were always
Did she physically touch George, or was she just getting really upset and
upset. Like, she came out upset. But I would like, there's a person, I can't remember, somebody seen him because he was on a bike one day. And he told me, I can't remember the person it was.
Karen Ship.
He was on a bicycle,
Like
and she hit
Karen
him with the
Ship.
car. And
She hit him
I
with a
can't
car?
remember who the person was. And he told
Whoa.
me.
Okay. Have you ever seen any marks on George?
Yeah, around his
Yeah,
neck,
all the time.
eye.
Like what kind of marks?
Like, the time she hit him with the phone.
Okay.
He had a black eye, scratches all over his neck.
Yeah. Oh.
Would you see Sarah every time you saw George?
Off and on. Like, if I would go over there, I would see her with him. And then sometimes if he ever came here, I would see him. Or sometimes when I would go over there, he would just come out and I wouldn't see her.
So you more saw your brother than Sarah?
I think it was equal.
Equal?
Because I've seen her.
Well, why did he stick around? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I've had I worked with a guy that he would come in and he would have scratches on his neck where his girlfriend would scratch him and take swings at him and hit him with stuff. I mean, one time he came into work with a black eye. And he was just like, I don't want to talk about it. It was just like, we knew that he was getting his ass whooped on a daily basis, but she was unlike Sarah, she was smoking hot and was just like a firecracker in bed. And he was just like, man, I don't know. It's probably the best sex he's ever had or ever will have, because she was just cuckoo, like over the wall cuckoo. There was like hormones or something. I don't know what the deal was. She used to come into the shop and show up and flirt with every single one of the guys in there and be like, what the hell is this girl doing? Like, we couldn't understand it. It was just like, why are you sticking around with this chick? He's like, oh, you just have no idea. I'm like, well, I don't know. There's that crazy level. I just don't do. But yeah, trust me, there are some, you just have to know your limit. I guess his limit was a suitcase. Oof.
Sometimes she had marks and stuff. So
And what do you
it's
mean by
like,
marks?
Like bruises and stuff too. They used to beat each other.
Yes.
And where were her bruises be?
I've seen on her arm, black eyes.
Well, it's funny that you would say that because she was a redhead. It's funny that you'd say that. She was she was definitely in her own class of crazy. But I mean, I had roommates that had crazy girlfriends that would show up at 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk, pounding on the door. It's just, wow, what's her phone number? I'm not telling you what her phone number is. I don't have her phone number. I'm a married man.
It's too.
Oh,
Did George
yes.
ever confide in you about their domestic problems? Like, did he ever tell you? Is there anything
No.
else that he's ever told you about him and Sarah? Any arguments? Any?
He's probably just
physical
like, she's a total
altercations?
freaking bad.
No, he didn't really like to talk about it like that. Like,
Okay.
everybody knew it.
Right.
Like, they used to come here and fight and stuff.
Okay.
And my mom wouldn't like it.
Yeah, 4
Tell them
years
to go.
didn't treat her very well, did
And
it?
I know one day she came, it's been like maybe like 2 months. My dad, because she always tried to hug everybody. Everybody didn't want to be hugging like that.
Oh.
And she pushed my dad, and my dad fell.
Yeah.
So,
Would they always? Would Sarah always be intoxicated when you saw her?
most of the time.
And what about
Damn.
George?
There was times he was not, he had drank, but he wasn't like drunk. Like,
Drunk
he
was
would try to
drunk.
like eat and try to have her eat, because they was always drinking so much. So he was
Right.
like, we need to eat something. But
She was super skinny. That's from the alcohol.
Did you, like a couple of years ago, did you and your brother have any kind of a falling out? Did you guys get into an
Sorry,
argument?
can't get
a fist
drunk.
fight or
Yeah,
anything?
right.
no. See,
Has he gotten into a physical altercation with any of your brothers?
with Farrell,
Yeah, she was
one
much
that had
skinnier
the,
before.
The curly hair.
Yeah, with him, but it was just
How severe of a fight?
How's it going, Boosh?
not brothers.
Did he have
Anybody
to?
go to the hospital?
No, nothing like that.
Anybody have like bloodied lips, broken noses, anything like that?
Broken eye.
No. Oh, he had with my other brother too, with Mo. George had went to the hospital.
George went to the hospital.
Yeah,
And it was a
George
few
had-
years ago, like
Yeah.
2 years ago, maybe 2.5.
That happened because, she said they was drunk. They was at my Mo's house, at Moses' house. That's the other one.
Moses. Is that
Moses. His name is Moses.
Is it last name Torres?
Torres.
Okay.
He they had got into it because Sarah had came and said that she had George had beat her, and then they got into it, but I wasn't there that day. Moses he can tell you about that.
But George did go to the hospital.
George was in the hospital for that.
Do you remember
Backyard
what
time,
injuries
play.
he sustained?
Something in his
Probably.
eye socket.
No, the guy
Nose,
that's
maybe.
talking is not in the
I think
picture.
his nose too, but it had something was wrong with his like.
Hey, Roxanne.
Yeah, the
Roxanne,
orbital.
you don't have to turn on the red light.
What?
All right. Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know about your brother or Sarah and their relationship? I'm assuming the 4-minute conversation, he was just kind of like, you guys were just talking at first,
At
like
first, just
just-
talking. I would notice that he was okay. It wasn't a fight.
you
so
said
I
he was
like, all
joking with your kids, and then you
Yeah.
hear Sarah in the background,
right.
and
And then that's when Sarah came.
and then
into
you,
it.
you
And
let him go, or he let you
He
go.
said, "Oh," because he was like, my niece and nephew there, they can hear you, like. So I was like, he was like, all right, bye, and then
Okay.
that was it.
How did she sound?
She sounded like crazy, like she always did. Like,
Crazy. Sounded crazy. Just like she always
she was
did.
always like that, crazy. Like she would just start yelling.
Was she yelling any kind of threats or anything?
No, she was just saying about calling her brother.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This ends the recording 13:35 hours.
Oh yeah, that was Melly D's. That was the conversation with him.
Today's date is February.
So this is Abraham, which is a friend of George. Now that is a mouth. Did you get the any more work done on? Oh yes, my deck. It was I buffed out my deck all day on Sunday. It took me about 3 hours of buffing out my deck, and when I got finished with my deck, it was all nice and polished and roughed up. Well, not polished, shiny. It was more roughed up. So I roughed up my deck, and then whenever I got that all done, it's ready for me to put a little bit of sauce on it and get it all scraped up and start laying down the tiles. Hey, Roxanne. Oh, that's awesome, Tammy Bugard. Okay, I'm really going to get it together now. Oh, are you really? Are you really? I doubt it. Good to see you, girl. Good to see you. All right, here we go.
2020. The time now is approximately 11:45 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at...
No, see, I don't need any of the big black caulk because I am going to get some gray caulk and put it on there and lay it out right inside the crack. Oh, do you really? You have a suggestion for me on a morning stream? Ooh. I am not showing my caulk on morning streams.
4704 Lucier Court, in Winter Park, Florida, 32792 at the Tealwood Park Apartments complex in the front office. Also with me is, can you state your name, sir?
Abraham Moreno.
Okay, and your date of birth? So with me is my partner, Detective Scott Lowen with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Okay, Abram, prior to us going on recording, I was informed by Melissa, who's the property manager, that you knew George Torres.
Correct.
And you were explaining that you knew him from Philadelphia when he was smaller.
Yes.
And then
How much smaller?
Now you, I guess, had
Reconnected.
reconnected
When I started working here in October
in October of last year.
of last year.
Of 19. Okay. So you said that you last saw him. You said it was last
That'd be
Tuesday.
funny.
Last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Okay, thank you. So last Thursday was the 20th.
Correct.
Sound about right? Okay. Now, what can you tell me about George and Sarah's relationship?
They had an on-off rocky relationship, which was physical on occasions. I'm aware of the fact that George had a
Hey,
probation
Squid.
officer.
How you doing?
He
Good
was
to
in
see you.
anger management.
Like the attacking
And
female
again, they had their good
Sasquatch.
times, their bad times. Sometimes he would instigate the situations. Majority of the times, Sarah Boone instigated the situations, and she ended up with bruises. But that's more of him, like, kind of pushing her off of himself.
Okay. And that's what he told you?
Yes.
Okay.
And she verified it as well.
Sarah verified with you?
Yes.
Okay. Did they both drink a lot?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
In excess.
What?
In excess. They didn't drink to drink. They drank to sunrise to sunset, all the time in between.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you ever see them physically
Yeah, here.
fight?
Same here too, Squid.
No.
Okay. Have
Hope
you
you're
ever
doing
seen them
good.
physically argue?
I've seen them argue,
Argue. Okay.
but no physical contact.
Right. Has George confided in you about Sarah? About anything she's, I know you said that they both, sometimes
He notified.
Oh, you want me to explain what's going on? Okay, Mary Beth. So a guy and his girlfriend were playing hide and seek. He crawled into a suitcase. She zipped it up, or he zipped it up, and left him in there overnight. And he was not alive in the morning. This happened in 2020. She was arrested She was charged with second-degree manslaughter, I believe is what it is that she's charged with. And she's been awaiting to go to trial. She's gone through she's on her 9th attorney currently. So she's getting ready to go to trial. The trial starts tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll be covering it every night until it's over. I'll be also breaking it down and probably doing a little bit shorter cuts of it. So you won't have to sit through a whole bunch of silliness. Probably run it at a faster speed. Couldn't tell with the black screen. No, that's fine. This current person is a friend of George's that has, I get what's the best way of putting it, that knows a little bit about what's been going on with them, has seen the issues. So that's pretty much what's going on there. There is no video along with this. This was presented by doggone it, what is her name again? Let me give you a second for me to find that one. It is Mixmaster Melly D, and that is who I got this from. So I will post this up there. Make sure you guys go up and subscribe to her. This is what she does. That's her link right there. Mixmaster Melly D, and she's got all of these videos, and she's she doesn't do any live streams. It looks like she just does recordings, and that's her thing. There we go.
He had told me on a couple of occasions where she called the police on him and had him put out. A couple of times he ended up getting arrested over it.
Well, that's not good. What was that? You told the cops that Georgia has a cyberbullying law and would like it applied. What the hell is going on, Squid? Been a doozy of the day. So what the hell's trolls messed with you and threatened to call CPS twice? Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Yeah. Don't listen to those people. Ever since you've been on Vet Nation, they've been messing with you, but they crossed the line. Yeah, that's never good. They know better than to come messing around over here. They know better than to come messing around over here. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine, Squid.
And she was the reason why he was taking the anger management courses. So, because a couple of weeks ago, he was still working at the hardware store on the corner until they closed.
Right.
And that's where me and him would have more of our conversations than anything else. I'm going there to get stuff. Now it's just me and him, one-on-one.
Right.
She's not there to create this situation.
Okay. And so, just correct me if I'm wrong, you said that sometimes he would instigate it and sometimes she would instigate it?
Yes.
Okay, and he admitted to that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know when, did he confide in you about like their last physical argument or
No.
fight?
The last physical fight that they had, she mentioned it to me, Melissa, and Mr. G when she got arrested.
When she got arrested?
When we were all standing outside, and she's like, I want to speak to you. And G walked over to an officer and said, is it okay if she speaks to us? They said we would prefer not, but that is her choice.
Right.
We did not ask her any questions. She had told us that a couple of days ago they had got into a fight where he grabbed her by her hair and dragged her down the steps.
Okay.
And that would probably be a day or two before this situation happened.
Before the situation?
With the suitcase.
Okay, so when did you talk? When was that?
She was talking to us outside Monday afternoon.
Oh, Monday. Okay. I
Monday.
thought you said the last time she got arrested, and I'm like,
No, when she got arrested, well, when everybody was at her door.
when we were investigating.
When you were doing during your investigation, because you was typing in the car.
Okay.
She was talking to us outside. There was a young officer at the door
Yeah.
who heard the conversation.
Okay.
Because he was only but 20 feet away.
Okay. So she told you what again? One more time.
That they had gotten into a fight. He grabbed her by the hair and dragged her down the steps.
2 days prior?
probably about 2 days prior to that situation.
So that was Saturday.
Yeah, over the weekend, yes.
Over the
Whatever
weekend.
took place over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
she told us that they were playing hide and seek. He went in the suitcase. She zipped it up, and then she went upstairs and passed out.
Wow.
Did he ever confide in you, like, what he did? Like, for fun? Besides, like, the drinking, like, is there other activities that he did? Did he ever tell you, like, oh, I'm trying to get into this?
They actually used to do a whole lot of arts and crafts inside of the townhome. And they did a lot of it with her son. Kind of, there wasn't a perfect relationship, but they tried, I guess, in their own way.
Right.
Wow.
Is there anything else that he would tell you about him and Sarah's relationship that you think is important for us to know?
I think you actually know it all. They just had a very
I think you know it all already.
on and off.
Their crappy relationship. Oof.
Okay. Did you ever see marks or bruises on him?
Yes,
Okay. Like what?
scratches on the neck.
Scratches.
That's pretty common. It sounds like she goes for the neck, goes for the throat.
As I said, with her attacking him, he's kind of just
Trying to
shove
stop.
her back, but because she's such light skin, as soon as he touched her, instant bruises all across the arms and things of that nature.
Right. Okay. So I don't know if you've noticed or if it's been before, but the door, there's like a bunch of markings on the door. Have you ever noticed that or no?
On which door?
Their door.
Their front door, the very front metal door.
I haven't looked at it,
Okay.
but I know if I was
Probably
looking at
never
it, I could probably
thought.
tell you what it was.
Okay.
Probably never thought about it.
We're just curious if, like, since you had been working here, if you noticed it or saw it.
No,
compared
because
to-
they had keys. Now, they probably slamming doors back and forth and had an argument. I know of one instance where her ex-husband
Wow.
showed up. But that would probably be around November.
So the husband shows up too. She's like
Has
a,
he ever
a
talked
really
about
bad
damage
planner.
inside the apartment that he needed help fixing that you couldn't do?
No,
Have you ever really been inside their apartment?
yes, I have. I did basic work orders, like change the verticals,
Yeah.
patch up.
Have you
touch up
seen any
things.
damage that looks like it was caused by either one of them?
I bet I could say it just looks like normal wear and tear of a unit.
Well, I noticed on the first floor there's a half bath there.
Yes.
There's like two or three patches on that door. Do you know anything about those patches?
No, not the door. I did the patchwork in the ceiling, and that was due to leaking air conditioning.
Yeah,
The door would have to have been super recent.
huh?
I did hear about that.
yeah.
2-3 hours instead of 8. Oh yeah.
And you said has Sarah confided in you where Jordan was not there? Or is it
The
like,
most she ever did was, we're fighting, we're arguing, he's always arguing with his ex-wife over the phone. I just tried not to get in the middle of that.
Did you know his ex-wife, or was that prior?
Oh, that's well after,
That's
because I lived down the street from George,
for how long?
93 to 2005.
So he would have
Pick
started
up the
at- you
speed
said
on this
14?
thing.
Yeah, around
So he would have been into his mid-20s.
Yeah, but it was me and my wife. And
Yeah.
trust me, she works for DHS.
Okay.
She's a child service kid.
Right.
My son is a
Wow.
Philadelphia police officer. Different circles
Yeah.
altogether.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. How well did you know him up there?
Oh, not like I said, to me, he was just a teenager running around with the other kids. And I was
See him at the corner store and stuff like
yeah,
that?
stuff like
That's
that. Well, literally on the block, because I lived here, my brother-in-law, across the street was my ex-wife's aunt, and then George.
Okay.
So it was, and then her mother lived across the street, so restaurants, so no matter where you go, everybody sees each other.
Absolutely.
So they were in the same
Now
same
down
hood.
here, was it just coincidence you got the job here, I was walking through and ran into him and went,
Yep.
holy cow. Okay.
That's literally what happened. It was like, whoa, real small world.
Do you ever go out and
It
go out
is.
and hang out with them, have
Nope.
dinner, go drinking? The only time you've ever seen them is when you're at work, either here on this property or.
Or when I go to the hardware store, that's it.
Okay. Did you ever stay after and hang out in the apartment with them?
Nope. I don't hang out with residents.
Good.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked
I
about has been
confirm.
true and accurate to
I
the
will
best of your?
confirm, I do not swear.
You confirm that everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge? Okay. This ends the
I'll
recording.
confirm I
11:15
don't swear. Was this some soft kind of stuff? Yeah, Melly D is the one that made these videos.
Today's date.
So this is the property manager, Melissa. But before we do that, I'm gonna put together a nice little song for you guys. How's that sound? You guys interested in doing a song? Yeah. I've got something I want to give a try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a always said you can mess with and talk with about me all you want, but yeah, bring my kids into it. We've got some issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in dramatic. Let's see. Horns. Dramatic horns. No drums. No beat. Let's see. Let's see. Exclude. Yeah. Let's see. We've got dramatic horns, no drums. Dramatic horns and strings. And horns and strings. Let's do that. And no drums. No drums. In under 30 seconds. Under 30 second intro. All right, let's do this. Now I'll share my screen with you so you can see what I'm doing. And we're gonna create this. We're gonna just title it 1. See what we end up coming up with. Ooh, yeah. Find it easier not to waste your energy and unhappiness on them. Exactly. And that's how I felt about them all from the get-go. Here, let's see what we got. Yeah, this will work. Cool. And let's see, back this up just a little bit, see where we're at. All right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to extend this out and we're going to turn this into a song, and this one's going to be for a let's see, jazz what is it? Right a let's see, ghetto rap, no, gangster rap, gangster. Gangsta rap song about. Oh, let's see. We're gonna use gangster rap. That's what we're gonna do. The style is gonna be gangsta rap. Sultry female vocals. Jazz. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna put in a a song about a woman who gets pushed too far and tries to protect her kids. There we go. And what happens when the wrong people mess with them. All right, let's do that. With her. There we go. And pushed. PSA. H helps right there. And tries and does everything to protect her kid. And what happens when the wrong people mess with her? There we go. So we're gonna write a song for you. And what are we gonna call this? Mama Bear. There we go. All right. And we're going to extend this from 22 seconds. 22 seconds. I like about where that started. Here we go. And let's create it. Oh, yes. Got to do what you got to do. That's right. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope your throat's feeling a little better. Mama Bear. Let's see what Mama Bear does.
She was quiet like the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm once stood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. That's what love that's deep and true. You'll find out soft ain't always enough. Those who thought they'd take her down underestimated fire's glow. She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but her roaring echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true. You'll find out soft ain't always enough. They'd take her down, underestimated fire's glow. She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but her roar echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card player rough. She was quiet like the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm once stood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, She turned into a force of fire,
Good to see
burning
you.
through her deepest
I'm doing
fears.
okay.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's
See
a
what we
wild
got
card
here.
playing rough. Blessed with love that's deep and true. You'll find out soft ain't always enough. Those who thought they'd
Let's
take
see what
her
we got.
down underestimated fire's
What I
glow.
do?
This is kind of
She forges strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Oh. Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had,
Let's see.
defending what she holds inside. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a
Change.
wild card playing rough. That's with love that's deep and true. You'll find out soft ain't always enough.
I think I can do better.
Those who thought they'd take her down underestimated fire's glow. She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are
Alright,
high,
let's
she'll
create
never
this next
bow.
one.
Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. That's with love that's deep and true. You'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Hey, everybody. Hey, how you doing, Rosalind? So we're working on a song for Squid. Someone decided they wanted to come
Hello.
mess with her. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Are you on your what mic are you on? Your regular mic or different mic?
Yeah, I did.
Let's see what this sounds like.
Hang on a second.
She was quiet like the breeze
Can you
at
hear me
dawn,
now?
but there's a storm will come
Yes, I
once
can hear you.
When shadows danced around
Gotcha.
her
Hold on.
child, she showed them what a strong heart could. Through the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears.
That's better.
In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her
That
deepest
Closer,
fears.
come closer.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card, play rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Hey, Bad Duck. Uncle Buck.
Oh, a hard choice. I like this one too. Yeah.
Those who thought they'd take her down,
Am I hearing through the right one?
underestimated
I need to
fire's
shut
glow.
this down.
She
Wait,
forged
you
her
cannot
strength
hear
in
me?
furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but a
Go.
roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds
Just
inside.
nothing new.
Pretty cool.
Oh, when you push
Pretty good.
her too far, she's a wild card, play rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
That was okay.
Thanks,
Those who
Ballstorm.
thought they'd take her down underestimated
That's pretty
fire's
good.
glow. She forged her
I think
strength
this
in
version is
furnace
better.
flames.
Well, you haven't heard the
When
next
stakes are
one.
high,
I got
she'll
another
never
one.
bow. She was quiet like the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm once stood. When shadows danced
What do you think?
around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly
I like it.
sneers, she turned into a force
Yeah.
of fire, burning through her deepest fears.
It is hot in
I like
here.
this one.
Bad Duck. It's hot.
Bad Duck likes it whenever it
Indian
gets hot.
summer.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough. Those who thought they'd take her down underestimated
Why would
fire's
someone do
glow.
that?
She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Only to push her too far. She's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true.
Oh, that's better. I can actually read them now. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
Bifocal mode.
Listen. All right. That was okay. I'm liking that one so far out of all of them. Yeah, that one was okay. That one had a. I think the one before that was much better.
I like it.
Yeah. Let's see. Now we've got this one here, which is going to change quite a bit.
She was quiet like the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm once stood. When shadows danced around a child, she showed them what a strong heart could.
Bunch of squid.
In the dark, when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough. Those who thought they'd take her down
That's got a nice little.
fire's glow. She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment
Peanut butter
came
with a
like
spoon.
wolves at night, but her roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had,
Whatever
defending
floats your
what
boat.
she holds inside.
Hey,
Oh,
that's
when
what
you
gets them
push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always
I feel like I'm on a delay. What is
You
happening?
might be. I don't think you're on much for delay.
I'm gonna pop out and pop back in.
Okay. I like it when you do that. That one was okay. How does like
She was quiet like the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm once stood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. In the
Yeah, she sounded good to
when
me, too.
troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears.
that's kind of a good one.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't
Sounds
always
better.
enough.
No, I didn't. She'll be back.
Those who thought they'd take
Yeah.
her
Is
down
that better?
underestimated fire.
I'm back.
Better?
Glow.
Yeah, better.
She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never
No.
bow.
No, I've got about like a 2-minute delay.
But her roar
A 2-minute
echoed
delay?
wide.
Are you
She
watching
fought
it on
with every
YouTube?
ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Oh,
Are you watching on YouTube? Bet you're watching it on YouTube, aren't you?
I don't think so. I'll be, no,
You might have to shut down the whole computer
I
and
shut that
restart it.
down. I was, but not now. Oh, I am. I had the wrong earbuds in.
Oh God, that's so
special.
awesome. She's like, I'm 2 minutes behind.
Well, there you go. That's your boomer for the day.
Schooner. Boomer. Boomer. I love it.
Well, I'm not sorry because it is kind of funny.
Yes, it is. It is awesome. I love it. All right,
So
what
I
we're
could
going to do
not
is
figure that out.
we are going to get the whole song right there off of that one, and it'll show up as one, but I like this one the best so far. I just want to hear the rest of it and see how it goes.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Yeah, that one right there. And I want to change the name of this. Create, extend, get the whole song. And we're going to call this one. We're going to rename this here. Going to edit this and edit. We're going to just.
Yeah, we are Gen
Click on
X or something.
Huh? You are?
Bad time.
Not me. No, I'm not.
You're not Gen X?
Song
Yeah, you
details.
are.
There we go. We're going to paste that in there. Mama Bear, submit. And then we're going to change this one here. And we're going to edit this, song details. And we're going to change this to paste. Mama Bear 2. There we go. Submit, done, and done. There we go. You want to hear the whole thing now? They're both about the same length. So let's give Mama Bear a listen to, and then we'll listen to Mama Bear 2, and then we'll get back to the videos.
She was quiet and I hit the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm once stood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. Through the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card player.
Nice.
Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Yeah, don't worry. I removed the comment.
Those who thought they'd take her down underestimated
do have
fires
issues.
grow. She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside.
No, Rosalind, you didn't do anything.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card, play rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Yeah, that one was
Those who
pretty good.
thought they'd take her down Underestimated fires glow. She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment.
I'll have to fix that later.
She was quiet like the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm once stood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears.
Yeah, I like this. It's got a nice.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a
Got that
wild
little-
card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find
The
out
movie
something
intro.
ain't always enough.
The title credits. Title.
Yeah.
She'll love it. Probably modding
Those
over on
who
Megan,
thought
so
they'd take her down
it'll be a surprise.
underestimated
Well, she was here a minute
fire's
ago.
glow.
Yeah, she was, but
She
I know
forged her
Megan's
strength in furnace
wife's cute now.
flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but her
Yeah.
roar it echoed wide. She fought
agree.
with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside.
Offended,
Oh, when you
Shizzy.
push her
I'm
too
never
far,
offended.
she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out
Okay.
something ain't always enough.
Not intended to.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. That was a good interlude in the middle of this.
No, I love it. She'll love it.
So this is the interrogation of the property manager Melissa in Sarah Boone's trial. So this is another person that was a witness.
Oh,
Basically,
sweet Melissa.
Sweet man, that was funny. I used to have this guy that would hang around whenever we would play different shows, and one of the songs we did was Sweet Melissa, and he comes up and he's like trash drunk, and he's as redneck as redneck can be. Love the guy to death. He was just so like awesome. And he comes up and he was like, man, I couldn't believe you guys. Man, I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette and I came inside and all I hear is Sweet Melissa. And I'm just like, yes. He was that guy that would get up in front of the stage. Nobody else would be there. You know, like you'd have 10 people there and he'd be the guy up front, just like
Having his moment.
oh, well,
I love it.
Just like full of energy.
I love
guy
that.
to
I love
death.
it when I see that. Makes me happy.
Yes. Well, and it was really cool because, you know, you get one guy up there that just has no inhibition, and you'd be surprised how many chicks would just be like all over it. Just like this guy has.
Yeah, I get criticized because I put shorts up of, you know, that are people dancing and having a moment, and they think I'm
Yeah.
making fun of them. But I'm like, well, I get that. I can see how it's like something to make fun of, but also I love it when people just lose themselves in the moment.
Yes. Yes.
It's awesome.
Exactly. It is very cheerful.
It's February 26, 2020. The time is approximately 12:05 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at Tealwood Park Apartments, 4704.
I don't think you're sharing what you think you're sharing.
Fort Winter Park,
No, I
Florida,
am.
327.
Can you hear it?
I can. Oh, so we don't see it. We just hear it.
Scott Long with the
Yeah,
Orange County
there's no
Sheriff's
vision.
Office. And can you state your name?
Melissa May Sexton.
You are the property manager
Does
of the
this help?
complex, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
And we had Kim in here asking about the tenants, Sarah Boone and George Torres. and they have lived here. You gave us a date of February 9th, 2018.
Correct.
Okay. You had told us that Sarah would confide in you about her and George's relationship. Can you tell us further what she would tell you?
Yes. Sarah, when shortly after she moved in with George, she came to the office to talk to me. We noticed bruises and stuff on her, and she asked me if she could talk to me privately and asked how she would be able to get George off of the lease. Is there any way to do that? Which prompted, deeper conversation. She proceeded to let me know and was showing me a lot of bruises and marks. There were handprints, scratches. She even at one point had to go to the hospital. Through multiple conversations that we had, it steadily progressed. She had a very large gash at one point in her shin. She had to go to the hospital and get that taken care of. I'm not exactly sure what it was from.
Falling
but
down
I think it had
drunk?
to do when they got into a fight outside.
Well,
And something got broke. I think it was
drunks
one
also
line.
just get bruises.
But
Yeah.
she came to me at one point asking,
'Cause
what
the
do I
blood
do?
thins.
Like, how can I get rid of him?
Trust
I've never dealt with this type of situation.
Yeah.
I
I've
just counseled
gotten
her
plenty of
as she
bruises
continued
being
to come to me
drunk.
And explained to her that
Yeah.
she had to make a decision if she was going to
Once
stay
or
with him or
twice.
not be with him. If she, was going to try to work things out, they needed to seek out therapy, help, something. It wasn't too long after that last conversation that I found
Sounds
out
like a
police
heavy
had
smoker.
and George was arrested.
Isn't
I don't
everybody in
remember
Florida a
about
heavy
how long it
smoker?
was in between time, but there was another incident after that.
Yeah,
where
but
he
she's
got
smoking
arrested,
cigarettes.
also domestic. The complaints throughout their whole term, roughly
Yeah.
about 20 to 30 noise complaints, fighting, arguing, banging on doors, loud music. It was just always something pertaining to their lifestyle. I do know that I have seen both of them intoxicated as early as 9 o'clock in the morning, and I mean staggering, falling down, intoxicated. Both of them. There was a noise complaint that I had received about some fighting one day that was going on, and Sarah was actually wandering around the property very drunk, barefoot, not properly dressed, I'll say it like that, sitting on the side of her building over by the retention pond. When I was told about that is when I approached Sarah, sat down, talked to her. I even had also separately went and talked to George and told them that once they had sobered up, I needed to have a meeting with them. The following business day, because this was a Friday, I do remember that. I went to see them Monday, roughly about 12 o'clock. They were sober. They apparently had some epiphany, that they were going to straighten themselves up and start acting right. And they did very good for, basically until now. I haven't gotten any complaints
24
since May
hours?
of the past year, But up until that point, the complaints were consistent, monthly, always.
Would you ever speak with George by himself? Like, did he ever confide in you about their relationship?
The one time where, like I was just saying, that when I talked to her, she asked me to go talk to him. But she's like, please go put the fear of God in him. Fear of God in him. I'm a very stern property manager. I don't tolerate a whole lot of crap.
Right.
And she knew that, and she seemed scared of him at the time. So I said, sure, no problem, just stay here. We'll go talk to him. I went over, sat down, talked to George. I talked to him for about 30 minutes altogether.
Drunk and stupid.
And, George had explained to me that she was actually the aggressive one. And the reason she ended up with marks is, in my perception of what he was trying to explain is that she's very hands-on, in the face, dramatized in talking and explaining or fussing or whatever they might have been doing.
Right.
And I believe that because Jean, my assistant, doesn't even like to deal with her with the way her like the plague because she was always drunk and she's very hands-on. There was one day, as a matter of fact, it was that same day that I talked to George by himself. She kept
That
grabbing
nervous
me
laugh.
by the arms. And I told her, I said, touch me one more time.
I do a nervous laugh too, so I
I'm
shouldn't
either
make
going to
fun.
contact the police or whatever we need to do. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't keep grabbing on her. I had asked her several times to quit touching me. And because of that, she would do the same thing to Jean, and Jean didn't like it.
Right.
So, that's what he was explaining to me, is she was always the touchy one, the aggressive one, not that she was hitting him, but she would be like in his face, or she might, push him, or, little things like that. And she would block him from coming out of the room or whatnot, and he would take her and move her. You know what I mean? And just, that's the way he had explained it to me.
Right.
She has told me, even literally to Monday, I have been told by her several occasions that he has drugged her around by the hair of her head. I've been, told about by neighbors. I'm sorry I don't have it anymore, but at one point a tenant actually sent us a video clip via text of them two fighting and beating on each other out in the backyard. There was another complaint incident about a ladder being propped up to the wall that George was using to climb over the wall to try to get back into his apartment, sneaking in and out. There was another night, sorry, I forgot to tell you about this too. I got a call for one of my vacants in building 24, 4724, which is not their building. There was a tent set up on
That's
my
not
vacant
us.
back porch. And it's apparently where George was sleeping for a couple of nights because she had him out of the house. I have another tenant here who
crapola.
may or may
Yeah.
not speak to you, I'm not sure. For that
she
reason, I don't want to
is.
give you her name just yet without talking to her, but George and her fighting that a different evening had actually wandered into her home. He was so drunk and had no idea where he was, and when she came home, luckily her kids were not there because she's a single mother with 3 kids. George was actually upstairs in her house, hollering, looking for Sarah, thinking he was in his apartment. So we've had some incidences with them in that aspect, but
Isn't
nothing
there a
has
song
ever
about
been
crapola?
so
Yeah.
bad that
There
I
is.
didn't feel that we could resolve the problem. And like I said, we haven't had any issues since May of last year. No complaints, no nothing until this. So we thought, hey, they're doing great. Maybe they fixed their problems. I mean,
Has she come to you since May of any issues?
no,
Okay.
not like that.
JKD Buck, I think there's some
But then,
people that
again, you
probably
did-
love that.
It basically, they were told
Yes.
you're going to be evicted if there are.
Yes.
So it's kind of like
That was
tighten
that.
up or get out.
Yeah, it was put up or shut up. I was over it.
Yeah.
If it continued, I was putting them out.
Right.
So,
Did you ever see any marks on George?
no, not one. Not one. George was a little bit darker skinned.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Would you
that
see
I
George
would-
as often as you saw Sarah? It sounds
No.
like Sarah came to you a lot more
Yes.
than. Yeah.
We would always see Sarah as far as the only time I ever really saw George is the time when we actually got George to sign off the lease.
Right.
And he came to me and said, I can't get back in the house. She's got all my personal paperwork because would you please have a conversation with her so that I can get my personal paperwork back from her? He goes, but do you have a set of bolt cutters for my bicycle that's out back? And I said,
Oh.
what's it chained to? And he said, it's actually chained to your AC unit. I said, yeah, no problem. I'll cut
That
the lock.
seems
I'll
really
cut the lock.
drastic.
My AC unit, it's not supposed to be attached to
Driving and
that.
lurking.
So I went out back and actually cut the lock on both of the bike locks because Sarah would not answer the
Hey,
door
Cynthia.
because she knew George was there.
Just
Hey.
girl.
Once George was gone, she had actually, because Sarah had my cell phone number, being that I had already went through and just got out of a very abusive relationship, Sarah knew that because, I confided in her and explained that. She did feel a lot more
Why are
comfortable
you
coming to me.
sharing that
So
with your tenants?
I told her if she ever needed someone,
Yeah.
or it was an emergency, she could reach out to me and I would do what I could to help her. I felt bad for her. But after a while, when she just kept taking him back, I just told her, I said, you're just gonna have to call the authorities on your own.
Uh-huh.
It's obvious you don't want it to stop. He's not doing anything to get help according to you, then you just keep dealing with it. There comes a point where it's just stupidity. But that's the run-ins and instances that I've had with him. I've never seen a mark on George, and he's never told me that she's hit her at all.
Okay.
But she has told me in front of him that he has hit her and things that he's
This is a
done, and
weird
he
way
will
to
not
say
deny it.
hello.
He never
Yeah.
denied it.
That's a weird way to say hello.
George and her both expressed me on
Strange
many occasions
hobbies.
that they knew they needed help. But I'm guessing due to their financial situation, not having any work, probably why they didn't do much.
Right.
When you saw them together, who looked to be like more dominant? Did one seem to be more dominant over the other?
George. George was very confident. He wasn't arrogant or anything. He, for the most part, stayed to himself. Like I said, there are a couple people here that he knew, from, I will say, another life, from Philadelphia. And, George was the one I always seen driving the vehicle. George is the one I always seen playing with the child. Never saw Sarah outside playing with her kid, ever. As a matter of fact, most of the time, Lucas, you would find him riding around the property on his bike, unattended. No parents outside, no nothing. Because I had actually had a conversation with Sarah about that. And I said, the kid was a great kid.
I'd
Don't get me wrong, he
laugh.
never did anything to get in trouble. But it was more my concern for his well-being. When he's all the way riding over here and around some of these corners with the dumpsters, these people don't see nobody. And they sure ain't gonna see no kid on the street. So I had a conversation with her about that. And we haven't had any really problems. Although I can say I've only seen Lucas on his bike away from her like that twice. She actually had secluded him to stay in front of the building. Which was fine. I just didn't want to play together. But yeah, you didn't see Sarah at all. The only time I ever saw her, especially after the incident that took place with Emmett and his ex-girlfriend, it was more like a confrontation that took place in the office. She made an accusation on Emmett saying that he was trying to forcefully, I don't want to say rape, but he was trying to push himself on her.
On Sarah?
On Sarah. She made that claim.
Some tenant, a different
Yeah,
tenant?
another tenant that knew George from Philly. And they confronted the two of them. I will say Sarah held her ground
I'm very confused.
when the girl confronted her and asked her and
Yeah.
said, don't lie to my face. And Sarah said, yeah, he did. So I was surprised because she knew that girl was over butt. And she's larger than me. So, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, well, maybe there's some truth to that. But it ended up, just fizzling out. It was no big deal. After that situation took place, we really didn't see Sarah too much. She was pretty intimidated. Those two folks are actually a pretty large family that I have living here on site that actually took up 4 units at that time. So the whole family only lived here. you know, it's a little intimidating. So after that, we really didn't see a whole lot.
But before that, they would hang out periodically. You said.
The other two families, no, they just knew each other from back in the day.
Oh, the couple did?
The kids did.
The kids?
Yes, that's what initially prompted it, and then that accusation was made during that same time.
Okay.
So, and when it comes to the kids on my property, I stay very involved with them. We have some issues with our bus routes and all kinds of stuff, and we had some
Really?
kid vandalism being done, broken glass bottles, they were
Nervous.
pulling glass bottles out of trash, breaking them, thought it was fun. And one kid told on another,
Like-
and the parents got involved. It became a little bit of an issue, so I had to get in the middle of the
Like,
swap.
what are you
meet,
rambling about,
I didn't want
woman?
anybody fighting on the property or kids getting hurt for that matter.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know about Sarah or Joel?
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. That's so perfect.
Wow.
Like what kind of meth have you been taking, lady?
Like, I'm gonna need to clean up out over here. She's just been
Yeah.
spewing on me for hours.
Yes. Oh my God, it's so
We
beautiful.
haven't discussed.
No.
I mean, no, I don't. Nothing really. Her nickname's Drunk the Bear. I mean,
God bless
you know,
her.
clearly. We know they drank from sunup to sundown.
Would she ever? I know she confided in you a lot. Would she ever admit that she was an alcoholic to you?
Yeah.
She would.
Yes. I wish I still had my text messages. She would send it to me on text many occasions. I know she's too much. She told me that George one time had enrolled in AA and was getting help. Now,
She
I
talks like toothless in a pod.
Right.
You know, I think she was more concerned about the image that was being
Just rapid fire scatter shot.
Yep.
Because I will say,
Just
it was
nothing
like a
but
week later,
tea.
she was And when we go, you know, inspecting the property and walking around different projects, we do a lot of pressure washing throughout the year. We do that a couple of times. You know, I ride around the back sides of the building, checking everything out. We've got a property.
I bet
drainage
she
system back
does.
there. You always knew, because you'd ride back
I
there.
bet
and
she's
you'd hear,
around the backside of the building quite a bit.
Talking more in there, drunk, falling down.
You know, somebody's got to do it.
Like, yo, that kid. Imagine being drunk like that all the
Yeah,
time.
except she's getting paid to do it.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
Promise to swear everything we.
And everything you say, you swear, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth. I created a new one. You tell me what you think of this. This is gonna be good. Here it goes.
She was quiet like the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm where calm unstood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough. Those who thought they'd take her down under
I couldn't help it. I had to do it. I had to come up with something new. Oh, that was. All right. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
No,
Here we
it's
go.
good. Oh, this is Vincent.
This is the
Yes.
craziest thing I've ever
Neighbor.
experienced in my life.
Saint Vincent.
Like,
Yeah.
Sounds like Nick Regatta.
This is
Oh,
in reference
nice.
to case number 20-17904. The date is February 27th, 2020. The time is approximately 17:49 hours. I am located at the Tealwood apartment complex at, what's the building number? 474? Tealwood apartment complex. I am talking to the resident of one of the residents. Sir, can you give me your name, please?
it's Vincent,
And what's your date of birth, sir?
1999.
All right, is it okay if I call you Vincent? Of course. Okay, well, like I said, my name's Scott Lowen. I'm a homicide detective with the Sheriff's Office. Please just call me Scott. Obviously, we're out here today
right,
talking about an
Scott.
incident that occurred with the residents of Apartment 3,
Scott.
which are your direct next-door neighbors, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to kind of preface and start out with a couple of different basic questions. How long have you been living in apartment?
The end of January was a year, so a little about a year and a month.
Year and a month?
I don't think he's
first-
complicated.
And,
At first, it did.
your apartment,
did?
from what I can see,
Yeah.
is a single-story apartment. It's not a townhome like your neighbors, correct?
Yes, no, it's a single story, yeah.
Okay. Is
Poor
your
Nick.
bedroom The one in the back, next to the back
Yeah,
wall?
well,
Yeah, it's the one where you can
he
like, see the
has
kick out
sort
from the
of done
back
that to
patio of their
himself.
apartment there. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. So your bedroom is
So,
right next to their back
We
patio.
are our
Yes,
own
yes.
worst
So you
enemies.
get to hear everything that's going on in the back patio,
Scott.
or is it
On the
pretty
back
airtight?
patio
Can't
and
have that,
the
Scott.
living room, because their living room at the bottom of their stairs
All I can
is
think of
right
is
next to where my head
Austin
lays on my bed.
Powers.
Okay.
So
Yes.
literally, and it was like an every
Scott.
night thing. You know,
Can't
with
have
the,
that,
like,
Scott.
beating.
His son. God, it was so much fun. That movie was awesome. Oh,
That's how I
I really,
That's how I
I
respond
really
to Brad. Whenever Brad's in chat, I'm like, Brad.
Brad. Can't have that, Brad.
No, Brad.
No, Brad. Y2K, baby. Yeah, 1999 makes me. Oh, geez. In 99, I was delivering pizzas or working at Waffle House at the time.
Oh, 1999, I was working for a call center and I was doing quality control.
I worked for a call center in 1990 to 91.
Really?
And I was saying, so are you holding that really, really tightly? Yes.
I wasn't that
Do you
kind
like
of
it
call
like
center.
that? Oh.
Oh no, not no. Not
Oh
that
yeah.
kind.
Yeah, that was the
I'd
kind of
never,
call
I
center
would never work in a call center like that.
I did. I did. I got paid really good money to do that too. It was hard at first, not like that, but it was difficult to do. It really
Phrasing.
was difficult. It was difficult to do because I was like, no, I have never heard what does that mean? They're just like, oh, you'll figure it out. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to figure. I almost didn't work there because I was just like, la 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 la, like the
It
stuff
was
that was
it was one of
coming out
those
people's mouth.
it was almost like a remote secretary kind of. It was like an answering service.
That's what I felt like.
Okay. Wow, it's not better, is it? Make this better. That's probably as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah, you don't want to say you're a receptionist. No, this was before 1-800. It was whenever they were 1-900 numbers, because the 1-900 numbers they would bill directly to your home phone.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then it was
times.
they were
Times.
they were phasing out the 1-900 numbers and coming up with the 1-800 numbers.
The 888
And
number.
no, they're the 1-800. So because they were getting too many chargebacks that would come back. It's just like, I don't know who made this call. It's just like, because it would be like Bubba on his like front porch calling up and wanting to talk dirty. We had women there, and, transvestites and gay, and it was mainly just like a bunch of musicians. Like, it seemed like the musicians were regulated to one floor, and we would all just sit around and play guitar all night long and like sit there and just make fun of people all day. I mean, that's really what we did. Just joke around the whole time. Do drugs.
Well, we decided the company that I worked for on New Year's Eve had planned to convert all their T1s on New Year's Eve, 1999.
Nice.
So I spent New Year's Eve I was partying like it was not 1999, but it was Y2K.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did I do for Y2K? I don't know. I was probably doing something that was not very interesting. Yeah, and the thing is, Sir Frank Otter, you could go and look at, like, what is it, Penthouse? Like, if you go and find old Penthouse from like 1990, look in the back the back pages, those 1-900 numbers, those were the numbers that got dialed to us.
That
Like,
was not where I was working. I was not working.
Yeah. No, you weren't working there. I would have recognized you, trust me. you would have stood out. You would have stood out. No, I'm serious. You would have stood out. It's like all these guys would be thinking they'd be talking to some really, really hot chick, and it's just like, yeah, that if only you knew that's not a chick.
Well, I mean, some of the people that worked where I worked, I feel you there. I feel you. God, they did a great job, but wow. If you knew who you were talking to.
If you knew who you were talking to. It was,
I'm sorry,
1999
Elkie.
was tough. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Elka. Oh,
And it wasn't even just him on her. It was like they were going at it, like at each other, you know.
Oh,
and it was
really?
like it was just really bad and really loud, like
Was
every night.
it,
You know?
you mean verbally?
No, like physically. Yeah, it was like.
So what were you hearing?
It was like, I don't like, you know, it was never like I couldn't physically hear like hitting, you know what I mean? But like I heard like thrown up against the wall, you know, or like I've heard thrown down the stairs a few times. Like it's just like, and it's like that's a very
Till the
clear
sweat
sound, you know what I mean?
dripped
Like you hear somebody up
down.
here, get down here very fast, you know. And it's
Okay,
like
never
you just
mind.
kind of know what
Yeah.
happened. And it's like, and
did the sweat
The
drip
reason
down your
that, like,
leg?
I've never said anything about it, or I was just kind of minding my own business, is because I literally found out that this happened so often, and they were known by the local police here or whatever, that all the neighbors just stopped calling because the police were tired of it, pretty much. Like, not like tired of it, you know, but
No, I
it was
know what
like,
you mean, though.
it was just like,
Yeah.
it was an every week thing, you know, once or twice a week. So it was like, I don't know. And then there was the one night I was standing on my back patio, I was smoking a cigarette, and then she just randomly walked over and like started talking to me about how she like knows I can hear and stuff. And then she was just like, if you ever hear anything like get really loud or whatever, like just, you know, keep quiet about it. Like pretty much like she was like respectfully like trying to
Good
mind
for
your,
you,
like,
Sir
keep it
Frank
to yourself,
Otter.
you know. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, whatever, you know.
You do you, I'll do me.
Pretty much. That, you know,
Yeah,
I go to
gotcha.
school down here. You know,
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey. I don't live in Florida. You know, I'm just here to do my school and
Yeah.
live my life. You know, and it's like, so for her to tell me like, don't really pay attention, I was just like, all right, you know.
How long ago was that, you think?
A few months, probably like 3.5.
You really
months
have an
ago,
English
probably,
problem in
you
this-
know?
in
She
this
was just,
country,
like, telling
don't
me,
we?
like, just
Yes.
keep quiet.
I'm
like,
just
you
here to
hear it
do
pretty
my
much. And I
school.
was just like, whatever.
Yep.
Wow.
Did you ever
Okay.
hang
Wow.
out with
Why are
them
you
on
doing
the
your
back
school?
porch?
Yeah,
The whole
yeah.
school?
You
Or just
hung out
part
with
of it?
Yeah, I have, and it was like, not for like long periods of time, but like, you know, I'm a musician, so like they heard me playing guitar the one day, so they asked me to come over and tune their son's guitar. So I tuned their son's guitar for them and everything, and I was playing on the back porch
Tuned the
because, you know, I read songs, so
guitar.
they were like asking me if they can hear it and everything. And I was like, yeah, sure. I had nothing going on, so I went back there and I was hanging out with them and I was playing some guitar, and I did it a few times, and then I was actually in their apartment a few times. Like he was an artist, and he was showing me like a bunch of his paintings and like artist drawings and stuff like that. So I mean, like,
Wait,
They were-
George.
I bet that art's
George was
worth
an
a lot.
artist.
Yeah, I bet there's that art is worth a lot of money now.
Huh.
I mean, doesn't artists, like, you know, their art become more valuable after death?
Sure.
And I mean, if it was such a brutal death, I mean, it would be even worth more, especially if it's good. Just saying. I mean, he might have been a really good artist. You don't know what kind of talent got ripped from our hands.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe
Now-
that's
now
why
I
they
wanna
were
s-
painting that day. Maybe he was painting.
now I want to see George's art. It's much
Now
better
I
than
want to
mine.
see George's art.
Yeah, because it's better than mine. Like this is my art, you know, like you know,
Way to bury the lead.
yeah. So this is my art with a little hand waving. See, aren't I a great artist? So angry.
Well,
No?
considering the tool, it's not bad.
Well, he's got fangs.
Well, that's something.
No, that not good.
I like it. No, I like it. I mean, I know how
Yeah.
hard it is to draw with what you're using. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I practice in the snow, and so I've gotten better.
Okay, Ludwig 215, you report this channel. You do it.
Oh, thank you, Ludwig. I appreciate you so much.
Ludwig.
You know the best part is he had to wait 5 minutes to type that in.
I love you. Bye bye.
But like,
Bye.
there was something going on, especially with Sarah.
Bye-bye.
I mean, like, there was something going on with her. Like you can tell, you know, it was like she wasn't all there.
Okay. Now, as far as
You know the best part about it is he had to spend 5 minutes waiting. So he had to become a member for 5 minutes before he could type that in. Just so I could say I'm reporting this channel. Okay.
Okay,
their-
we
their
have
drinking
to do a
habits.
rage quitters for Megan. You know how she has her series. I think we should have a series on here as rage quitters that have to announce their departures. I think it would
Oh,
be
yes.
fantastic. It's almost like mean tweets, but instead it's rage quits.
Oh, I could write some special like song for him, you know, maybe an ode to, you know, stupidity.
Sir Frank Otter. It's not the first time he's been here. But is it the first time he's
you know
quit? I don't know.
Well, it could be.
Were they heavy drinkers?
Oh
Did they
my
drink it
Oh,
all?
no.
God, whoa.
Just now, Squid?
Was it really?
Just now?
Oh,
she taken
well, here,
down?
let's do this.
Oh, she got
Let's
taken
do
down.
this.
Look, everybody's coming over.
All right, let me do this. I'm going to reach out to Megan. Paste this. Come
Wow.
over and
I've got my little stress,
tell
whatever that is.
us about it.
Okay.
There
Checking.
we go. I sent her a link. So if
Oh, no.
yeah, just got taken down. Said it was due to Bruce. Well, see, the cool thing is I'm not doing anything that's going to cause me to do it because I'm covering something totally different.
Shizzy, check your DM so you can see the photo. That's what popped up while she was live.
Where?
I just sent it. Hey, give me a
okay.
second. God.
Really?
His name is on it.
Oh. But you know what happens? You know what happens
sweet
whenever they do
Bruce.
that kind of stuff? You know what happens whenever they do that kind of stuff? I could be next though. He's out for blood. I've done nothing with it. He can come after me for. That's the beautiful of it. When you were 15 years old, you joined the Russian mafia. Here's why. Her and Tug were on.
Yeah. Fire up Lord Chippy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Bruce,
Yeah,
Bruce,
they're-
Bruce. Bruce.
Aw.
Bruce.
Isn't that special? Isn't that special?
Poor Bruce.
Poor Bubbles. Poor Bubbles. He's got nothing better to do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
than
I
go to-
forgot we're Bubbles over here. Okay.
Well,
Bubbles.
Bruce Bubbles. I mean, sort of like Voldemort. He who shall not be named.
Oh, see, I
Yes,
don't believe
well-
in that. I guess I'm more Harry Potter than y'all.
Yeah.
Fear of a name is fear of fear itself.
Yeah. But they'll constantly do this kind of stuff. It's the way that they operate.
Squid.
Bubbles.
Simmer
Yeah.
down. Simmer down.
It's okay, Squid.
See, that's like,
I
I
feel
mean, like,
you. Simmer.
it was so bad.
He did his also. Well, hell,
Wow.
I'll just bring them all over. That's what I'll do.
Whatever will I
Yeah.
do?
Oh,
Hey, Jacob Castro.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for
Hi.
popping over and
Jacob.
filling us in.
Yeah, that's the kind of shady stuff that people do.
Yeah, for sure.
Whenever you've got to be, whenever you can't.
Did you send her the
can't
link,
handle the
Shizzy?
heat. Yeah, I sent her the link.
Okay.
She's got it. I was enjoying that. Bruce.
Oh, she's coming back
Yeah.
on. She's back on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they just copyright struck the video.
right.
That's all.
And just fired her up. So that'll be fun. You want a sniper? Let's snipe her.
Yeah, let's snipe her. Let's snipe her and see what happened. I love it. I love sniping Megan. Megan. Let's
go. Let's do it. Let's go.
here we go.
Ridiculous. Let me get this out to Twitter so that people know we're back after
I got it
false
right here.
strike
Yes.
attempt.
Look at that chat already.
Bunch of bullshit. There.
Get
Oh,
back
yeah.
in here, everybody. There's only
No, get over
437
here.
of you here. We had
No, stay over
2,000
here.
people in the chat. You are now harming my goddamn business, Bruce. That's
Oh,
what
that's
you're doing.
true.
You're
That's true.
this is tortious
There it is.
interference, you fucker.
See it right here.
Why? What? This video no longer available due to a copyright claim by Bruce Matskin.
How the
What did they
hell
do?
Everybody,
Yeah.
share this stream, please, and put it
What did they
out
do?
there because we lost
I
over
don't know.
1,500 people.
Let's see.
1,500
Oh, Bruce.
people.
But
bad move.
What a nobody.
What a
Squid,
dick.
are you still here?
Well, what's funny is this proves that all he does is sit around and stalk and stalk and stalk. Because he's sitting there in the background just, ooh, I'm going to watch your channel. I thought all videos were good to go. I thought he was all good. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think he liked these songs. So while we're waiting for you guys to get back in here, I'm going to play it again.
Oh.
You ready?
Oh, they.
It's too late to call truce. You think you're tough, bro? Please, you C's, you B's, you F's, you F with me. More fuck the generation. See, that's what you get when you light out with fleas. What the hell's is your problem? You creepy crawling control. Nasty, unprofessional. You're claim shit out of luck. Plotting litigation and tribulation for hours, no vacation. But now you disappear like a silly old rat, Mr. Gangsta. Where the fuck you at? We got your emails like contrails, crisscross the internet. It's too late to call truce. You think you're tough, bro? Please, you C's, you D's, you F's with F. More fuck the generation. See, that's what you get when you light out with fleas.
They got it.
It's too late to call truce. You think you're tough, bro? Please, you C's, you D's, you F's, you F with me. More fuck the generation. See, that's what you get when you light out with fleas. What the hell's is your problem? You creepy calling control. Nasty, unprofessional. You're claim shit out of luck. Plotting litigation and tribulation for hours.
Look at that. I love it.
But now you disappear like a silly old rat, Mr. Gangsta. Where the fuck you at? We got your emails like contrails, crisscross the internet. It's too late to call truce. You think you're tough, bro? Please, you C's, you D's, you F's with F. More fuck the generation. See, that's what you get when you light out with fleas.
All right
I
then.
love it.
All right.
We are back
Bravo.
after being
Bravo.
falsely hit
Bravo.
by Bruce.
Bravo.
Bruce.
Maybe
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Wow, and I got my heart rate up a little bit. I'm feeling good.
Oh, I love it. something else
Bruce,
needs
Bruce,
to be
Bruce,
cut.
Bruce.
Oh,
can only
I
say it.
love it. Yeah.
I don't think he knows who he's messing with. I'm just saying.
No, he doesn't. He is about to get trolled like crazy, and there's nothing that
I
there's
cannot
nothing that he
confirm
can
or
do
deny
about it.
that.
There's nothing he could do about it. He's doing this to himself because he wants to be relevant. It's unfortunate that he's irrelevant because you know what? You know what I did this weekend? I was grinding out my dick and I was just grinding it all over the place. And I think
it's deek.
I
think it's deek.
It's deek. I was grinding that dick out and I had the crack. It was just ground perfectly flat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was filling it with some caulk. And it was, yes, I got the caulk in there.
Was it
and
the big black cock?
No, it was a gray caulk. It was
gray caulk.
Gray
That's
caulk.
nice.
Yeah, I wanted it to match because then I have to come in and I have to lay on top of it.
In.
Yeah, I have to fill in the cock. Fill it in with my cock. Yeah, the dick.
Yeah. Yep. I get it.
Yep.
Well, you could always do like a pattern. You know, you could alternate black and white cock.
Oh, yeah, I could do that, but I hadn't thought about that.
Mhm.
You know, I just it.
I
To
mean,
me,
I like a variegated dick. I mean, dick. I like.
God.
That it wasn't all the
Fell
time.
for
It
it.
was like there
I
were some
fell for
mornings
it.
where I'd be leaving for school at 9 a.m. and I'd like see him like someone
Gotcha.
off the sidewalk right here. You know, like that drunk at 9 o'clock in the
Damn
morning, or
it.
like even earlier. Sometimes. It's like it's ridiculous sometimes. But I do have to say, whenever her son was around, that was the only like the times where I never saw them ever drinking. That was the only time. You know what I mean? But like other than that, it was like they were drunk all the time.
Drunk
All the time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was very visible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were like functioning alcoholics, you know what I mean? It was like they had to drink to get through the day,
Okay.
type thing. You
Yeah.
know?
Did you know their drink of choice?
No, I'm not sure.
When you were hanging out with them? You never
No,
knew?
because like when I was hanging out on the back porch, they weren't drinking. We were just honestly sitting there, and we were smoking cigarettes, and I was just like playing some guitar. But yeah, they weren't actually drinking that day.
Okay.
You're
And
not supposed to
even when I was in
swear
the house, I didn't see anything
Yeah.
that was like a bottle or anything that they would drink. Yeah,
How old are you?
20.
20.
Yes.
Oh, Squid's here.
I'm
you
gonna
can play her
make
song.
an assumption here.
Oh, I could.
And I don't mean no
Squid.
disrespect by it.
Squid, do you want to hear your song? I have a couple of them. Do you want to hear it, Squid?
I'm sure
Just
I
give a
did,
thumbs
Jimmy.
up if you
I'm
want to
sure I
hear it.
did.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see. Do you want to hear the punk version first? We'll do the punk version. Here, we'll do the punk version for you first. Let me get this thing done really quick. I forgot to extend it. Oops, damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put this as a get the whole song right there. All right, so we'll play the first one first for you. And let's see.
She was quiet and I hit the breeze at dawn, but there's a storm will come once stood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. Through the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card, play rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough. Those who thought they'd take her down underestimated fire's glow. She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card, play rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
I'm gonna pop out and pop back in and
All right.
BRB.
All right.
How do I get out of here?
Those who thought they'd take her down underestimated fire's glow.
See you in a minute.
She forged her strength in furnace flames. When stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment.
Let's see what we got. I'm gonna. All right. Time for the punk version of it. Here's the punk version of it.
gone, but there's a storm where calm unstood. When shadows danced around her child, she showed them what a strong heart could. In the dark when troubles crept, whispered threats and ghostly sneers, she turned into a force of fire, burning through her deepest fears.
River dance.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Which one you want?
Those who thought they'd take her down underestimated fire's glow. She forces strength.
I think the first one was the best
when
one.
stakes are high, she'll never bow. Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Yeah, the first one. Requiem for a Tower. Yeah, I'll give me just a second. I have to fix the end of it because the end of it ended abruptly. Let's see what we got here.
Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar it echoed wide.
Give me a
She
second.
fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds inside. Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Yeah, I like that ending, but then it's okay.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough, ain't always enough.
So that's one ending. Let's hear the other ending and see how it goes.
Judgment came like wolves at night, but a roar it echoed wide. She fought with every ounce she had, defending what she holds.
Yeah, you got my email, Squid? Just email me real quick and I'll send it to you.
Oh, when you push her too far, she's a wild card playing rough. Mess with love that's deep and true, you'll find out soft ain't always enough.
Yeah, I think the first one. Yep, that one right there. All right, so we're gonna. That's pretty good too. Yeah, I think this one right here. We'll get the whole song off of this. Get the whole song. There we go. Yeah, the first one right there. Cool. I will copy the link and let's see. Download. You want it MP3 or WAV? Just tell me which one you want, Squid. Which one do you want? Do you want it in WAV or MP3? I'll wait for about 30 seconds because that's about how long it'll take before you'll hear me. MP3, got it. All right, download it. Download MP3 audio, and I will save this to music and right there. And yeah, just hit me up in email. I'll send it to you, and you're welcome to use it. Just give me credit. That's all. I'm pretty easy. Just say thanks, Jizzy, for the song. Woohoo! I have a way of doing these things and making them good. All right, let's get back to the interrogation here, and I'll get that sent off to Squid, and she'll have something new to play with. Maybe.
But I'm assuming as a 20-year-old, you have smelled what marijuana smells like when it's burning.
Of course.
Now, have you ever noticed that coming from their place?
No.
They're not smokers.
Definitely not. They're. Okay. I don't believe they're like towards like any type of drug. You know what I mean? Like,
good. How are you?
I don't think they like were on any type of drug. Okay. You know what I mean? It was just like very visible, like they were alcohol. You know, because like I've had like uncles and stuff that have dealt with it, so like I just know what it looks like to be a heavy alcoholic. You know, and it's just like that's what it looked like. That they just had a lot of drinking problems. You know.
I got you. Yeah. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
Oh, you're fine. God bless you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Were you home on Sunday by chance?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you hear anything?
Yeah, actually I did, yeah. That night. So I was reading the article online about what happened and everything, and like it's just like that story is just like it doesn't match like what we heard, you know what I mean? Like when me and my roommate heard, it's just like it wasn't that quiet. Like the whole like it was a joke or whatever.
Yeah.
Or,
Oh,
like,
you have to
whatever,
do it through email. Discord. I can't send the file that big.
Like, I don't know about the whole like what the suitcase deal was and everything, but it was just.
Let's do this. Let's back you up.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of get this to flow through.
Okay.
Okay, I got yours. Cool.
What time did you get up Sunday?
Copy.
In the morning?
Got it.
Yeah.
Sunday, I was up at
Got it.
4:30. I was going to work. Yeah.
Holy cow! What time did you get home?
I got home at 1:00.
So you were at home at 1.
Yeah.
Did you take a nap or anything, or you just power your way through it?
No, because I get home and then I have class the next morning on Monday, so like I just stay up so I don't have trouble sleeping at night.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I just power through the day,
So you get home at 1.
Uh-huh.
Was there already noise going on? It was quiet.
Yeah, it was. I didn't truthfully like I didn't hear anything until like and before like the whole loud noise and everything. I just heard like the normal yelling at each other, the verbal like yelling and like the whole like arguing and I hate you, blah blah blah, whatever.
That was gonna be my next question. What kind of stuff were you hearing?
Yeah, it was just like the normal like it sounds like a
it
normal
wasn't
couple.
like a really elevated screaming. It was just a
no, it was elevated screaming, but it was like normal like
their normal.
Yeah, it was like
screaming.
pretty much.
I
Yeah,
got you. Okay.
yeah.
So that's the normal back and forth. So that was basically going on starting when you got home.
I would say probably a little later in the afternoon. A little later in the afternoon there. Probably around like 7 o'clock. It's like, because I feel like that's when like the drinks are settling in and they get a little more violent toward each other, you know? And it's like.
Were they outside or was this all inside, you remember?
It's like truthfully when I'm home and stuff, like I'm a music producer, so I'm on my laptop a lot in my room, you know? So like. From what I heard in my room, it sounded like they were directly across from me, or like directly across and up. So like either in the rooms there, or like downstairs in the living room in that area right there. So. Did
you go out on the back to smoke it all that night?
No, actually, I quit smoking. I smoke a vape now, so I stay in my apartment now. It's a little vape now.
Good for you.
Yeah,
oh, that's a big thing. I mean.
Well, yeah, and after the law changed and everything, I can't buy them anymore, so I kind of got forced into it, you know. So it was like, this is just like I needed it to like kind of ease the cigarettes off, but we're working at just trying to go completely off it, you know.
Wow. Okay, so but you're in your room. How late did you stay up that night, you think?
I was up pretty late. I stay up pretty late every night, and I just get so lost in my music. I was up probably to like 1 a.m. that night, probably right around there. Yeah, and then like I said, we were just talking about it before, me and my roommate actually. That night, right around, it was probably right around 10:30, 11 o'clock maybe, is when I heard like it get escalated, you know, like like the voices got louder, they were yelling, whatever, and then like it got quiet for a little while, and then I heard this really loud like slamming noise. Excuse me.
Do you know about what time that was?
Right around 11:15. It was about 15 minutes span there, and then
When you say a slamming noise, does it sound like something hit the wall?
like something like was bouncing down the stairs between the railing and the wall and the stairs.
Oh.
Okay.
All the way down.
Oh.
Like, and it was clear because like my roommate even said it too. Like he heard it up here and it kind of went away from him, and he's the front room here.
Yeah.
And I'm in the back, so it was kind of like it was in the middle of the house
Coming at
and
you.
came right at me, and it was literally right next to me. And I've never felt this before. But that night, I was explaining to him the next day because he had said he heard the noise, and I was like, dude, I felt the wall shake. Like, it was literally like such a powerful hit against the wall, like the wall shook, and I felt it. And that was like something that where I was like, I kind of looked at the wall, and I was just like, that was a little,
Oh, no.
yeah, a little much.
Have
right?
I been
Like,
here the whole
I
time?
thought, and this whole time, I really
No.
Okay.
I just brought you back while you're putting your earpiece in.
Okay.
So what you heard was a thump 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 down the stairs. That's what you heard, was a loud thumping down the stairs.
I thought that was me.
him.
No,
you know
that's
I mean?
what he
like, going
heard.
off or whatever, but like I said, I don't know what happened
Good night,
inside.
Squid.
That's
Squid.
just like what I heard, and it
Get
sounded
some rest, girl.
like it was
And use
bouncing,
that
you know what I
song.
mean? Like
Enjoy
down the
it.
stairs between like the wall and like
And that was like a quarter
You
after
gotta
11,
love
you said?
Vince.
yeah, it was like we heard like yelling and stuff around like
My name is
10:30,
Vincent.
10:45 ish, and
They
then it
call
got
me
quiet
Vince
for,
for
like
short.
20-30 minutes maybe, and then no, maybe like 15 between 15 and 30 minutes around there, yeah.
No worries.
And it was like then that loud noise, and then I heard like shuffling around, and then just we both heard it at the same time. It just got silent, and I was just like, okay, I guess it's over. You know, I guess that was like the last like. Then they're done. Like I guess they walked away from each other.
You didn't
know?
hear anything after that?
After that, not loud enough to where I could hear it through the wall. You know
I
what
didn't
mean?
hear
don't know if
mumbling,
anything-
moans, or
Muffled anything, or
groans.
just nothing? Went dead quiet.
Not dead quiet after that. Because like you know the walls aren't thin, but they're not thick.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean,
So they
yeah,
could have been over there talking normally,
Yeah.
and you would never know.
yeah,
could've
yeah,
been
because like if they're
screwing
having
for
normal
all I
conversation
know.
and stuff, no. But like when they're fighting and they're arguing, you can clear. It's like being on the other side of a bedroom wall, you know, because it's
Yeah.
apartments and they're so close.
But at 11:15, that's the last thing you heard. And what you
Well,
heard was
because
the
they're
thump.
trying to get
Yeah,
to the
right
bottom
about,
of
yeah,
what
it was right
happened.
about that time. Like
I
right
kind
around
of feel like
11,
it's not so much an
11:15,
interrogation as
yeah.
it's more of just
And you were up till
Vincent.
about 1, and you heard nothing else.
You know,
Well, I mean, it's still an interrogation. I mean, it's not that they're questioning. That's what an interrogation is. They're questioning people to find out their side of the story, what they might have heard or seen. You know, if you see a body come flying out the window, you would interrogate the person that saw the body flying out the window. You'd get their statement.
okay. Don't talk to cops, please.
No,
please.
nothing.
Never.
I heard, like I said,
Please
like a
don't
little
talk
shuffling
about it.
around down there, and then that was it.
I
Did
didn't
you
see
hear
nothing.
anything?
Didn't know nothing.
Like, could you make out what they're... Hey, have him grab his buddy's stuff, his food, please. I feel bad your stuff is on the
I
ground
agree,
and
let's
everyone
go.
Thank you
inside.
very much.
I agree.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
When they were yelling earlier, could you make out anything, or is it just kind of...
It's kind of just
You hear
like,
wah,
like I
wah,
was
wah.
saying, it's like
A lot of ladies say that.
you can like hear the whole like,
I'm not gonna touch
like
that.
and then like you clearly
Oh shit.
thank you, bro. You can clearly hear like some like the I hate yous and the clear like
Yeah.
cursing at each other and stuff, and
Okay.
you know.
I'm going to bring my partner over here.
Professional.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce her onto the recording. This is Chelsea Ketzel. She's actually the lead investigator on this case. I'm going to kind of surmise what you told me for her, and if at any point I'm misquoting you, please stop me, okay?
Of course, yeah, sure.
He got up Sunday morning, went to work about 4:30, got home about 1. Things were quiet till probably about 7.
Together.
He said that then he hears the argument.
Probably.
He said it's the normal. He's in his bedroom. He can.
They might
Candles.
not had heat on at the time. I've done that before. Like the first house that my wife and I moved in together, our
Okay.
first house. I was up that weekend.
Thank
Until
God
2 o'clock in
Mrs.
the morning.
Wiznut is involved in this story.
Well, 2 o'clock in the morning, I was finishing up putting in a subfloor in the laundry room because we were moving in the next day. So 2 o'clock in the morning, I finished up. We both passed out on hardwood floor in the living room. She was already asleep, and I just curled up next to her. Next morning, we got up, and it was 3 U-Haul trips of getting all of like the furniture and.
Yep.
Oh God!
Good
And
time.
then of course the neighbor across the street. You know, we parked across the street because we couldn't park in the driveway because it was so steep that the U-Haul would scrape because we had to carry everything up because you couldn't get it in there because it would just scrape on the driveway. And so we parked it across the street while we went inside. I was going to wash my hands and just like
Mm-hmm.
put on a little deodorant because we were going to go grab some dinner. We're going to drop off the U-Haul. And the neighbor across the street comes over and starts yelling and screaming, "You can't park there." And my wife just was like, "Welcome to the neighborhood, fuckhead." It's just like, I'm like,
Okay.
damn, I
So-
love my wife.
So true story. When the Duke and I got married, we had not moved into our house yet. So we moved in afterwards, but our wedding night, I had the bridesmaids come over and set a whole thing up. Well, one of his brothers decided to come over and check out the house before we made it there. And he sends him a text message. He's like, "I don't know. There's a bunch of fire flames going on in your house. I don't know what's happening." And I was just like, "Really, man? Really? Really? Really?" You can't tell what's going on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was great.
So
We had an
obviously-
air mattress that had a leak in it, so we both woke up on the floor. Good times.
Yeah.
Wouldn't trade it for
Yeah.
anything in the world. It was great.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And the first time I met the neighbors across we're going to say Catawampus for, Sarah Boone.
Yeah.
Across the way, we were working in the front yard, and he comes across with a chainsaw in his hand, and he's like, "Hey, new neighbors," and I'm just like, "Hey, whoa." And he's like, "Oh gosh." He's like, "Gosh, that probably doesn't look really friendly." I was like, "No."
No. I love it.
I love
it.
my neighborhood. They're crazy people, really crazy people,
Yes.
just like me.
Yeah, our neighborhood is definitely crazy, but that's another story. I'm sure they enjoyed all the concrete saws and everything that we had
Oh, I'm
going on the
sure.
past like
I'm sure
2 weeks.
you're one of their favorites.
Well, our yard looks our front yard looks much better now.
Oh, good.
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
Or the I hate you, going back and forth, at a pretty much high volume, which is their normal arguing voice. This continues on pretty much throughout the night, but at right about 10:30, you hear a lot of arguing, right? It gets a little bit escalated at that point.
Yeah, it got louder.
And then
then.
right around 11:15, they hear this, he hears this banging coming down the stairs. He said hears bang, bang, bang. You can tell it's coming down the stairs because it starts and then it stops right next to him. And when it stopped, he said something just slammed the wall. He said it shook the wall. He said that was the first time he's ever felt like the whole wall shake like that. He said
Damn.
after that, it was quiet.
Sarah,
It was
just-
up to about
yeah.
11 o'clock.
Hurling that suitcase
But,
down the
Prior
stairs.
to that, I was just trying to, did you hear any threatening anything?
I think she was
prior to
dragging it
that?
down
Was
the
anybody screaming,
stairs.
"I'm going to kill you," or
No, I never heard anything like that. Not that night.
have you heard that in the past?
No, I've
Okay.
never, not that I can recall, truthfully. Like, I can't remember ever
Oh.
hearing, like, "I'm gonna kill you," or, like, any type of, like,
Wait.
threat towards each other like
Wait.
that. But, like, I've
Brandon,
also, like,
that story
it's
took a
very
turn
visible,
at
like,
the
very
end.
visible
Yes.
sometimes.
Right.
It used to be, like, it'd be very loud arguing, and then the next morning you see outside, bruises on the face, and him out here with, like, strap marks everywhere, bruises everywhere, it's just very visible what was going on and everything. And it was just like I was saying before, I just kind of, there was a time where she literally came up to me and she was like, "No matter, like, what you hear pretty
So
much,
bad.
just
I love
kinda
it.
keep quiet about
I
it."
love it.
respectfully,
I'm glad I
like, mind
smoked
your own
for that
business." And I was
story.
just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
you know,
You remember when that was?
about 3.5 4 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Not too
Oh,
long
that's
ago,
beautiful.
but very, very recent.
Right,
yeah.
right. Okay.
Oh
He
man.
said the arguing was nightly.
Go per diem,
He said
Tim.
the reason the front
Go
office
push some
hasn't pulled
product.
anything more, everybody just kind of gave up calling it.
Yeah, it was like the.
Would you complain in the past or no?
No, I never did. It was
Yeah.
because like they've been here for so long, and all the other neighbors around here have been here for so long and stuff. And like,
Ooh,
I was,
That would
was
not be
talking to
fun.
Some other people that I met through the school that live in the apartment complex and everything. They were saying like, people just don't really like them all
Right.
that much. They were like
Unfortunate.
very.
Yeah.
I guess it was just the way they came across, with everybody. It was just like the way they presented themselves. They were
Right.
always drunk, like I was saying before, like always, like sun up to sun down.
I still keep reading the end of that story. I can't stop laughing.
Interact
Yes.
with
Yeah,
that.
because
Then
it's
the
like, I'm
shooting.
sure you guys interact
In the shooting.
over the limit, like drunk and stuff, and it gets very annoying after a while, So it's like conversations can't last more than like 2 minutes tops, and it's just like everybody wants to go, But they're always, or always consistent about like being there, and that's why.
Okay, I may have smoked much.
That much, you know?
Maybe.
Is there anything that I haven't
Whatever,
asked
it
about
don't
that you
matter
think
here.
would be good for
We're
us to know about
fine.
this or them?
Okay. I didn't do
Don't
it on
worry,
screen.
I don't think
Don't
so. I
worry,
think
we
I'm
won't
pretty much,
allow
like,
you to
covered
have
everything, like, that I thought
your
was,
legs
you
and
know,
your
necessary
face
from
in the
that night
same
or whatever.
screen.
Like what I've heard,
Your
you know,
feet
from
in your
the past and
face.
everything, that was just like it was just you could tell it was
No,
just a
we
very
won't do
violent
that.
relationship that was never.
I'll
It's easy
remove
for
you
me.
before, but I will remove that before I let that happen. Never on screen do you ever have your feet and your face in the same picture, ever.
You don't know me very well, do you?
I'm telling you, no, don't. I will remove you for your own safety. And- we have seen what happens. We have seen what happens to people on YouTube whenever they have their face and their feet in the same picture.
Is it their face in a or their feet?
Face and their feet in the same frame at the same time. Something always bad happens. It's the curse of YouTube. It's sort of like saying
Right.
Beetlejuice 3 times, or it just
Who knew you would be the voice of reason?
yeah. Something. Go figure. Go figure.
Love you, but
Gonna do any good, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a very toxic relationship that had a lot of problems.
Oh,
Could you do me a favor, raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm everything we talked about is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your arm down.
all right.
The time
That's the
is
end of his
approximately
testimony.
16:08 hours. I'm stopping the recording. What's a good phone number for you?
1808 hours, 16.
Sorry.
It's 6:08.
Oh man.
oh, I think we have
February
Brandon.
27, 20.
We have
This is-
Brandon giving some advice to Tammy in chat on how to make her frat neighbors sleep and also line her pocket.
Line your pockets. Mm-hmm.
Can we speculate on this? Can we go a little bit deeper? Can we go a little deeper?
Do you like it deep?
2020, the time now is approximately 1748 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at 4748
This
France
is Brandon.
Lane. Apartment.
Brandon's testifying.
France Court. You sure?
That's what I always talk about. Yeah, because you can see it on the sign over there on the 4749. It's French
Okay,
Court.
France Court.
Yeah, it's weird. For some reason, all of the signs are on the opposites, are on the wrong side.
On the
of
wrong-
building.
yeah, the
So
further
that's
side.
apartment 8 there, and the sign's right there on that one.
Gotcha. Okay. France Court. Apartment. The Tealwood Parks apartment. And I'm speaking with. Can you state your name
It's Brandon.
and your date of
That's awesome.
Okay. And you reside at this apartment, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said that you've been living here since January of
I will
2019?
Totally talk
Okay.
to you all the time.
Did we not
On
say
Sunday, which would have
You're
been...
okay.
Say
Things
hi.
are going well.
Let's just double check. Sunday was the 23rd.
23rd.
Were you home that day?
I would have come home a little late that evening, but I would have been here around 8, 9 o'clock. I would have gotten in around 8 or 9 o'clock.
PM.
Yes.
Okay. And so your apartment is right next to apartment number 3. Does your apartment share walls with theirs?
My bedroom shares a wall with the lower half of their apartment.
The lower half, okay. Do you
Why
recall
has he got
hearing
vocal
anything
fry?
coming from...
I hate when guys have vocal fry.
Like,
I was just wondering.
I don't know. It's the lower part.
Yeah, like I was wondering, do you not pay any attention to me?
apartment 3 while you were, after you had gotten home?
Around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, there was a very loud crashing sound where I believe, I'm not sure, I haven't been in their apartment on my name, but I believe is the location of the staircase.
Okay,
So a little bit above.
a very loud music crashing sound?
Yeah, like it sounded like something like falling down the stairs.
Please do.
So it started
Brandon,
out
do you
fine
need my
and ended,
personal email or just my general YouTube email?
Okay. And when you heard the loud crashing sound, did you hear any voices? Like, could you make out if you heard a male or female's voice?
I couldn't hear anything, no.
Okay. Is that normal for you to hear noises coming from their apartment?
Not loud. But
Not that loud?
Not that loud.
Okay.
But I'll regularly stuff being like slammed against the wall or something like that.
Okay. Have you ever heard voices? Have you ever been able to determine?
I've always.
I hear voices all the time.
Have you never heard voices?
I hear the voices all the time. They keep telling me those weird things like it's okay, you can chop it off. I'm like, no, don't listen to those voices.
It says, okay, don't do anything. Just listen to the thumps next door. It's fine.
Yeah. Don't listen to the voices. Don't listen to the voices.
Wow.
Well, then I realize it's just my wife, and she's telling me I need you to cut down this tree. I'm like, damn it. But see, I don't listen to the voices.
Oh, good.
Because they say, chop it off. And I'm like, no, I'm not chopping it off. And then I realized, oh, it's just her. I love her so much. She's like, it's a tree. Oh.
Kind of like tuned out if I listen to voices.
If you heard something, you kind okay. But you have heard loud noises in the past, but not as loud as you had heard on Sunday night.
No, it's never been that. Like
okay.
The sound happened.
And
drug dealer when you're old.
Do you know either of them? Like, do you know?
I've had a few brief interactions with them.
Okay.
But I don't.
Like, do you know who lives there? Like,
yes.
can you describe who lives there for me?
It is a sort of, I guess, like middle, I don't know, like around 40s, blonde woman.
Okay.
Never been said.
Hispanic gentleman, I believe so. I haven't interacted with him much. I've spoken to her a few times.
Do you have a wacky dog?
Okay. Anyone else live there?
I believe they have a little boy.
A small child. Okay. Okay. When you have seen them around, how do they appear to you?
They almost always seem either like tired or.
You guys are kicking me tonight. You're absolutely
Tweaked
killing
out?
me.
Yeah.
Okay. The conversations you had, the interactions you had with a female, like, what do you mean interactions?
I remember one night she slept on the back porch of my apartment for some reason. I don't remember much, but I just remember, like, looking out the shade and seeing her, like, laid down.
Okay. Do you recall, like, maybe what month this was?
I couldn't say. It was pretty early when I moved in. I would say the summer.
Kind of
Summer of
weird.
2019.
He's
Okay.
looking out the
Did you wake
Did
her?
you see the shade and
No,
saw her laying down?
Well, he probably like lifted up the shade because he heard something outside and she was laying down outside.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, that's crazy neighbor. Yeah.
But if I saw my neighbor laying down outside, I don't know. I might like just go and check on him. It's a weird story. It's a weird story, Vincent. Your stories are weird.
No, this is Brandon. The story is being told by Brandon. Vincent's done.
Okay.
This is a new person. Lesko says, I showered and put on khakis to be respectful. Just had my wife throw me out the passenger door, get rushed in. Doctor goes, that's a Hunter Biden's friend cooking meth test.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
Let's go, Brandon.
Okay. And by sleeping, you guys all have like a cement area, right? Yes. Like a back patio, but it's not enclosed.
I'm unhinged.
Was she in a chair on the ground?
Me too.
Or on the ground. Okay.
I went to grab
They have chairs on the back porch.
Okay. Any other run-ins with her? Things you've witnessed with her?
I was coming home from class one night. I would not be able to give you a time period on this.
Sure,
I don't
yeah.
remember when it is. And I was waiting on my roommate to get home because I had left my keys in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember she came over and was talking to me for a minute, and it was very visible that like she was talking to me because she didn't want to be in her apartment.
Okay.
I don't know why, like I didn't ask, but it was just very evident that she didn't want to be there.
Do you remember anything she was saying?
No.
Her demeanor?
She seemed like skittish, like nervous.
Okay.
I don't remember anything we talked about because, in complete honesty, when I was just, it was in one ear and out the other.
Right, yeah, you're just kind of, right.
I don't remember anything we talked about.
Okay.
You should have started with that, Vincent.
Did she appear to be on anything at that point, or just she seemed nervous?
She seemed nervous.
Okay.
She didn't seem like high or anything. She just seemed out of it.
Okay.
I would put it up. I would chalk it up to be more like tired and paranoid. or
Okay.
Curtis, stuff like that.
Okay. And any other interactions with her?
No. Honestly, from the few times I had spoken to her, like, anytime I saw her, I kind of just tried to go straight into my apartment.
Right.
There's a few times where I would walk past and she'd say hi or something, and I would just
same.
kind
I'd
of
do the same.
lie and be like, oh, I'm only going to be here for like 10 minutes. I just got to change and head back to class or something. Like,
We
I
all
tried
have
to
one of those.
Avoid. Okay. Did you ever witness either of them on their back porch?
No, I don't walk that direction.
Okay.
Right? I don't have any
yeah,
reason to go like that. but
Right.
I,
You guys don't have any like dogs or anything
no,
that you
I
have to
don't have
walk?
any pets.
There you go. Okay. Any interactions with the Hispanic male?
No,
I
not
don't,
that I can
I
recall.
don't do beer.
Okay. Okay, is there anything else that you think is important for me to know about?
Yeah, if you weren't pregnant, you'd be pretty damn hot. That's what he's probably wants to tell her, but he sounds
Oh.
gay.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, he's talking to her. Have you seen her?
No.
Oh, I'll show you what she looks like.
Oh, is this hot cop?
No,
Them and anything you've heard or witnessed between the two of them?
That's fair.
it seemed like an abusive relationship. Just
Abusive.
from every time I heard them, every time like I saw the two of them, it seemed rough.
Okay. Okay.
It's one of those things where like he was a bad guy. He was a bad guy.
Okay.
Bad guy. He's so bad. He's so
All right. Is there
bad.
anything
He
else
just
that you think is important for me to know?
scared me.
Nothing I can think of. No.
Okay. Do you mind raising your right hand for me?
All right, here's hot cop, right here.
Yeah, no, she's cutie. She's
Yeah.
cutie.
Even whenever
Okay.
she makes ugly faces.
Well, that's
She's-
not even an
she's-
ugly face.
No, wait, she'll make one. I paused it on one. She's about to make a really ugly one.
Oh, you have the fantastic pauses.
Yeah, I do.
Ooh.
Here it comes. It's coming.
Oh, that's a good one. God, that's you should screen capture
Right there.
that.
Right there.
Oh.
That's like the perfect one. Yep. I I'm really good at getting them, aren't I? I could.
No,
I
you
could
really
get 'em.
are. You
I-
should start a
I-
website.
I
You should start
should
looking at
just
OnlyFans.
an OnlyFans of getting like really horrible pictures of people.
Horrible face shots.
There's a better one. Look at that. That is perfect. Oh God. I'm so bad at this. I'll call it
I'm
only
sorry.
shots. Only shots to the
sorry.
face.
Shots.
Oh, all
You
right.
should ban me. You should literally ban me. Worst person.
Hell no, you got to introduce me to Ice T, man. What you talking about banning you?
Okay, everybody.
Okay. If I have to.
Well, I mean, you know, we've got mani petties on Wednesday. It'll be fine.
Oh, that's awesome. I would hit that before I was married. Exactly before I was married. Upside down face shot is just interesting. Where are her glasses? Yeah. I mean, she's
Why do you need
smoking.
glasses for a face shot? I don't understand.
So you don't get it in her eye. Sorry.
Well, that's fine. We can
Today's
just-
date is February
What?
24th, 2020.
Never mind.
The time is approximately 15:25 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm
sorry.
currently located in my unmarked agency
I'm
vehicle
canceling
in front
myself.
of 4748 France Lane, apartment number 3 in Winter Park, Florida. Also in the car with me is my partner.
Scott Lowen.
And your name, sir?
Brian 75.
Okay. So,
Wait,
Brian, to
what
my
was his
understanding,
name?
you were called over here.
His name is
It's
Brian. This
not
is
Brian
her
Boone. Oh, it's
ex-husband.
Brian Boone. Okay.
Yeah, her ex-husband. It's good for Carson. It's good for me.
Well, it's collagen, right?
Hey, yeah,
Good for
Why not?
everybody.
yeah.
Here, so can you just take me back to this morning and your involvement with Sarah, which is your ex-wife? Is that correct?
Yes. We've been divorced about a year and a half.
Okay.
I started calling her probably 10:30 or so. It's her day to pick up the kid, but
Okay.
Wesley says it hurts and it gets bloodshot for days. That's why you wear the glasses.
I don't know what's happening to you, Welsh lady, but I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Shame on you. This is really good. I heard this interview earlier. This interrogation, they call it, but the interview with him is it's solid.
doesn't always happen. 1 or 2 days a week, maybe she gets them.
Out of the 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
And what do you pick?
yeah,
like every
she's
other day
drunk all the
you're
other
supposed
times.
to?
well, we're supposed to. She's Monday, Tuesday, I'm Wednesday, Thursday, and then we alternate Friday through Sunday. So
To be fair, it was
lawyer
the
back a couple weeks ago. So I was
the
looking to get it changed.
demic. I mean, who wasn't
Yeah.
drunk all the time in the demic?
No, I hardly ever drink during that whole thing.
Oh. I may have drank a little bit more than I usually do.
Oh no, I was too busy like working. But you have to understand, in March of that year was the first day I started working as a paralegal. I quit my job as a mechanic.
Fair enough.
So that first month, like March 1st is whenever I started doing that. Are we playing Smoke on the Water? Playing sports on the water?
on
now?
the water.
Mm. Like water sports? Never mind.
She can never stick to it. There's always some reason why. So it's
Yeah, it could have. Who's
Fair
Rosalind
enough.
Duke? You don't know who Rosalind Duke is? Yes. My people have,
Q, I'm not sure I want to know you. Your name scares me a little bit.
don't forget your towel. Oh, howdy ho. Y'all sure do smell nice and flowery like. You ever notice that Tolly and Mr. Hanky sound the same?
I'm dealing with a mess.
Want to get high?
Yeah.
general that I start calling her around to find out if she's actually going to get him, even though yesterday she told me she would. So I started calling her about 10:30. Never got any answer until 9:00.
Yeah.
So I finally got a hold of her at 12:49.
And did she call you or you call her?
No, I called her. I had called her at 11:25. I did that twice. I always called twice because generally she's asleep or whatever.
So just imagine at around midnight, he's locked in a suitcase. He's there for 12 hours in a suitcase.
Shizzy, he was not locked in the suitcase. He had a finger's width to get out. It's not locked.
Well,
And it was not intentional.
yeah, completely not intentional. Boom, 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 down the stairs.
That's the
then I called
thing.
her
That's
this
the thing that
Did you see-
puts me over the edge.
You saw
Is the down the
my
stairs.
you saw my intro, right? For
Tonight?
For the Sarah Boone stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier today. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't see it tonight because I was getting organized.
Mm. I like how you get organized.
More times at 12:21, and then I called her again at 12:49, and that's when she answered.
Okay.
Freaking out, saying that George was dead, and could I please come over?
Good night,
So,
Tabby. Tabby.
I told her, you need to call the
Tammy.
police.
Good night, Tammy.
And went and got the dog, my dog.
Good
and
night,
his,
Tammy. I'm
crate
glad
and
your meds
everything.
are working.
And started
Apparently
getting over
mine
here.
are
She
too.
called me again at 12:54, asking if I was going to be coming over, if I'd left yet. And I told her I had already left. I was going to be there in a couple minutes. So I got here, knocked on the door, walked in just right in the front entrance area. Told her once again, you need to call the police.
Was she on the phone with anyone when
Not
you saw her?
yet, not yet.
Okay.
She was shaking She was trying to get herself something to drink because she was just like freaking out. So that's when she got on the phone and called, and I said, I'm going outside because I don't really want to be in here right now. So I came outside and I sat in my car until people showed up, and it's kind of where we've gone from there. So.
Oh, so he showed up there.
You called her about
Ooh.
5 or 6 times before she answered.
Yeah, which completely normal.
Normal to you. Okay. The rotation real quick. So Monday, Tuesday, she'll have him. Wednesday, Thursday, you'll have him, and then you rotate each weekend.
Yeah, well,
Like it's every other weekend.
How it's supposed to work. Generally, it's 1 or 2 times, maybe a week. I think she had him last Tuesday was the last time he was actually over here.
Wow.
And spent the night.
Yes.
Okay.
It's probably another week before that.
What's your son's name?
Lucas. Lukas.
L-U-K. And Boone. You think he stayed here last Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was last Tuesday.
Was
Did you see that picture of Mark Cuban? I
okay,
sent
so
you?
you technically have him more than she does.
Mark
Is that what you're-
Cuban? There was a picture of Mark Cuban?
Mm-hmm.
Of what?
Did I send it to
Was
you?
he with
I need
Diddy?
to make sure. No,
Was he with Diddy?
I think he's transitioning.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
It's pretty bad.
That wouldn't.
It's pretty bad. Like of the 2 lesbians on the screen, he looks like the most lesbianish.
Those lesbianish?
Yeah, that's why I said
Yeah, I sent it to
even
you.
though
It's in
that's
your
how it's supposed
DMs.
to be, you still have him.
Yeah,
the majority.
it's a not a good day. George is in a bad mood or whatever else reason. I think sometimes just she wants to stay up and drink and can't really do that. She's got to wake up and take him to school the next day.
Right.
Any number of different reasons.
It's bad.
But,
Okay. How long have you known Sarah?
Bad. It's real bad.
since let's see here, I was probably
God.
23 or so when we met.
Lesbianish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Something
mhm.
like
It's a
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Since you were 23?
Yeah. So probably 20 years.
Lesbian-esque?
We
I
dated
don't
for
know.
quite a
Where do you want me to
while,
go with this?
and then got married, whatever it was, 12, 13 years ago, something like that. Well, I guess.
To the
12,
island
13
of
years ago
Lesbo
before
we
that. So I
go.
guess like
Ho
14, 15
ho.
years ago, something like that.
Okay.
He looks like somebody's grandmother.
Can you tell me about her?
I don't. She's generally not. She can get a bit violent.
He
when she
could
drinks.
be.
Oh God, it's such a
Not
great
to this
picture.
kind of extent.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't know what happened exactly. But,
Right. No, I'm just looking for.
But that was part of it. The alcohol has gotten worse and worse and worse over the years. That's one of the main reasons why I divorced her. I just
Brian.
couldn't deal with it. I mean, it got to the point where on weekdays she'd go out, and I guess the George person is
If
one of the
Brian
people
and I
she's
could
met.
have a chat,
I separated
it'd
at
be like a
point where-
one-upsmanship.
Well,
It
he's
really
sitting there
would.
going, what he's saying is, it got so bad because she would just go out and get drunk, and then you would have to go and pick her. Like, she wouldn't even stay home and get drunk. Because she
Oh
wanted
no,
to be a
that was
party
my
girl.
ex-husband. My ex-husband, it was awful. I mean, I'll do a members only stream and talk about how bad it was, but it was bad. It was bad.
Oh, yeah. See, I do all my drinking at home. Whenever I'm out,
Well,
I
do
usually
too.
don't drink.
I do too. I mean, let's face it. It's the safest way to just we call it house drunk.
Yeah. Well, and my bed is right there. Do tell.
I mean, you can scoot
My
up the
dad-
stairs if you need to or not.
Leslie says your dad says lesbians and.
Perfect.
Do tell.
Oh, I'll tell.
Oh yeah, she'll tell it all.
Or my parents' house to live for a few months, and I guess she met him over at the pool place or something like that. But I'd come back and we were in therapy trying to work it out, and I mean, on a weeknight when he's got school the next day, I've got work the next day. I mean, she was out till 3 o'clock in the morning when the bar closes, and she'd bring people back over to the back porch. I mean, one time some random person walked in my house and started screaming for Sarah at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the
Oh, you follow me, Q?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I don't know her. I already follow her on Twitter. So
I'm so sorry.
This is so screwed up. I mean, I'm sitting here listening to the. Could you imagine you're married to someone? They're bringing random strangers back to your house. Your kids in bed asleep. She's showing up at 3 o'clock in the morning, like some teenage girl and you're basically her daddy. Like,
Well,
I think at that point in time, what you do is you snag her up, and maybe that's what she's wanting. She likes the abuse or something. You snag her up, you tie her up in bed and get her dried out or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you do in this situation.
That's a weird way to approach it, Shizzy. I don't know that I would tie somebody up in the bed to do that. However, yeah, you got to draw the line in the sand and say enough is enough. And then you have about another 6 months of back and forth until you can finally get out of there without being arrested or somebody getting arrested. Yeah,
Well,
it's rough when if you get with people like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, that's the thing is like with my wife and I, we like working in we're synchronized, I guess is the way to put it. Like we keep each other in check. You know what I mean? Like if I'm doing something really stupid, my wife is like, "That's really stupid. You should probably stop." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that probably is really stupid."
Well, I think there's a line that, whether it's your line or their line, that they cross over into a different space. And, having, well, I'm not going to go into the details of my thing, but it was really fucked up. And it was somebody we had dated in high school and we got together later in life. And
well,
it was just, it was unfortunate that he went the way that he went because he wasn't just getting drunk. He was also experimenting with other stuff that was kind of new at the time. And it just messes people up and they don't know what they are doing.
Right.
Now, maybe drunks can get there. I just haven't, I've known a lot of alcoholics. I've never seen anybody get to that level where they're bringing somebody else home. That's not just a drunk. That's something else.
Yeah, there's something else going on there.
That's something else.
And of course, this guy sounds a little light in the loafers anyhow, but just...
I don't know. I think he sounds like somebody...
He sounds like he's easily pushed over. Like he's not... He doesn't take control of the situation.
He's younger than her.
But that's what it sounds like to me, that he's not strong enough to say stop.
Right.
Like there's been times, and it's not done in a vicious or mean way where my wife will start, doing things that are just not cool, acting crazy, whatever you want to call it. And I'll go, no, stop. And she's, she'll look at me and go, anger, whatever, and then you have that spat and it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that to you, or vice versa. I might get up on my high horse and say something.
I do think there's a distinction, as to when, getting just blackout drunk in your 20s and getting blackout drunk in your 30s.
Well, she's in her 40s.
Then when you start getting blackout drunk in your 40s, it's a different animal altogether. Yeah. And I think that's what people may not understand, because I do think, to be honest, if I'm being completely fair, I don't think she intended to do what she did. But
I would say I would agree with that.
And so her unintentional, that I think that's fair. However, you failed to render aid. And I don't think I've ever been that drunk where I was that sinister or that inhumane.
And that's sort of where my point lies with all of this. I mean, whenever I first started seeing this stuff with her, I was like, I can see where at some point she was, especially if I'm listening to that video, I'm just like, she sounds completely sloshed.
Oh yeah.
Don't know how he ended up in the suitcase. Don't know anything about that. And I'm just saying that she sounds completely sloshed. And usually when somebody is that sloshed, they're not aware. They won't even remember the next day that they had a fight, that they fell downstairs, that they slept out on the front porch, that they fell asleep in their car, that they got in their car and drove somewhere. They won't not even remember it because they are that far gone, because their brain is that like wasted away on alcohol, possibly drugs.
Right.
And I think that she was in the position of not being coherent enough or understanding enough. And seriously, she probably did think that she was just heading back upstairs and he would be up in a minute because she was that wasted.
Right.
And
I mean, I think in my entire drinking life, I've maybe had 2 instances where I like woke up and I was like, oh, wow, what happened?
Yeah.
Thank God there was nobody in a suitcase, but I mean, I've been there, and so
but you wouldn't be surprised if somebody would have been in a suitcase. You've been like, okay.
I would be really surprised about somebody being in a suitcase, less surprised about somebody being decorated all over with whatever.
Oh, I see. I can't do that stuff, but golf or football with no keys should still be allowed. There you go. There you go. I like that. No, I mean,
browned out. What's a browned out?
I honestly browned out. No, I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying that I think that she was that far gone because she this wasn't like, oh, she just got drunk one night. She got drunk every night. She stayed in that state of being drunk.
It absolutely does not absolve her of his death.
Oh, absolutely no.
The only thing that I'm saying is that there actually was no intent. She went to a dark place when she crossed over to the blackout phase.
Yeah.
And because you can hear it in the recordings. The slurring and the like sometimes you can't even understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
Now knowing that there was some taking downstairs and all of that, I didn't know that originally. That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because that took a lot of effort, and to be blacked out on that level. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that get blacked out and they do things and it ruins their lives.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely ruins their lives.
And it's not an excuse because she had every bit to not get drunk.
Right.
But she did get drunk. He was locked in a suitcase and she did not do anything to relieve him or get him out of there.
He didn't lock himself in the suitcase.
No.
And that's the thing. But I will be very interested to see what the jury comes back with as far as culpability.
Right. Well, and
I think we're trudging over, new territory here when it comes to
I don't think we are.
culpability. Well, I mean, I do in the fact that we've got somebody who's an alcoholic.
Nope. I don't think we're treading over new territory because this is going to be, and I can almost hear what the prosecution is going to be saying. They're going to be saying it's no different than if she would have gotten in a car and driven, down the road and killed a family of 4 while she was drunk. She still has the same liability, the same culpability, and she is Megan Raid. Woo! Welcome, Megan Raiders.
Hey Raiders, welcome over.
I think
we're going dark. Sorry, let's cheer it up a little bit.
No, I'm just saying. I think she had just as much culpability as somebody that would have been driving drunk and killed a busload of nuns. Whatever you wanted to say. Hey Shelby, good to see you. Welcome, Megan Raiders. Welcome, Megan Raiders.
Everybody.
Megan does have an invite
welcome.
Too.
Welcome.
I'm sure they're not able to because it's probably getting late for them. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Look at them all just rolling in. Incoming.
Hey.
but that is
Welcome.
where I think that she's run into that problem is, and I think that the prosecution is going to very much make this case of saying this is no different than being a drunk driver, getting a DUI. Cord Raiders, yes, look at them all come rolling in. Good to see you, Megan Raiders.
Hey, everybody.
I mean, if we have to be serious, the people who do these things are the ones who end up committing the crimes because they can't help themselves. Right. Good evening. Good
Right.
evening. Good
Right.
evening.
Right.
You got the cool people coming in. Oh man. Do you know what I
Hey, Aussie
Fox and
Justin.
Tug Rate. Nice. Good to see you guys. Make sure you hit the like button while you're in here and subscribe and really
saw
piss
that,
off
darling.
Bubbles.
Hey, Megan.
Hey Megan, you got a link.
You have a
link,
link.
Megan, because I want to hear what the hell happened. I didn't catch all of it. We did stream
let's
snipe
Spill
you.
some tea. Come on.
Yeah, we'll spill some tea. You can come in here and play that damn that clip that you were playing. That was pretty damn awesome.
No, it was fantastic. We were jamming.
Yeah,
we
we
be
I
jamming.
drop in and say, hey, but you have to go. Hubby is waiting for you to stop this so he can sleep.
Oh, no.
I love it. I love it, Megan. Oh well.
Big hugs
that's-
to
that's
Mr.
why-
Fox.
Yeah, give him more love, but not mine because I don't love people. I'm hateful and spiteful.
Mine. You can give him
bitter.
mine.
Hey, I thought that was just for me. Damn it!
Oh, I'm sorry.
I feel so.
I'm
so
usurping
unloved.
your love.
I'm cucked. I've been cucked by Rosalind. Thanks.
It was not intentional. It was unintentional.
I've been cucked by Mr. Fox. Damn it. Oh, Megan Raid. Good to see all you guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Poor Bubbles. Ah, he got all make sure he's nice and snug while he sleeps.
Bruce.
Bruce. He's like, you know, I guess that's how they have fun these days is, going off and, on the, never mind.
Hey, lost dogs.
Hey guys, good to see all of you guys.
Hey, Mary.
Bubbles is, yeah, he has a squeaky bum. That's not just tonight. That's
It is
every
the
night.
shiznit.
Yeah. See, I knew you disliked me because then again, Otter will do Otter things. Yes, it is. That Bruce song is the shizzy whiznut.
Hey, Alfie.
I love it. Hit that like button, smack it, slap it, make it wet. Yeah, well,
I didn't say that.
I did. I did. Sue me over.
I didn't say that. For the first time ever, I did not say that.
This time. I beat you to it.
Hey, Alfie.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep, that's what she said.
Exactly,
Can only say hi
Christine.
once. Good to see Catherine Marie. Oh my
You can hit it
gosh.
3 times,
Oh.
Catherine. 3 times. Do it.
Yeah. Hey, fellow thugs and Fox. Yeah, there you go,
Fox
Mary
Kids?
Maldonado.
Fox Kids.
Fox Kits.
Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary.
Love it. Hey, Rebecca Garrett. Good to see you. You want to catch all your names, but welcome each and every one of you. Yeah. Chat will go crazy where it'll just go zooming past and you have no idea what happened.
I'm just trying to catch names I can see.
Yes. Well,
I need
my
new
vision might be a
glasses.
little.
Don't tell anyone.
Shh, I didn't hear anything. Especially don't tell Brandon because he knows what to do with those glasses.
In the morning when we're trying to sleep. I just didn't get over it.
So did you used to live here?
No. I bought.
Are you frozen? You were frozen. You were frozen.
I was frozen?
Yes. You were frozen on this stern look of like shame on you. Hey, everybody. Good to see you popping bubbles.
Is he?
Yeah, pop the bubbles. Oh, well, you know what? Should I do it? Should I do it for all of these fine people? Should I read them
Should
something
you
special?
give them something
Should I
special,
read?
Shizzy?
I should.
Give them something
I should.
special.
I should give them. I should
Welcome,
give them
box readers.
something.
Here's some special Shizzy just for you.
Just for you. So stick around because this is going to get nasty. I have to do it. Now, some of you guys have probably already seen this, but it's okay because I've got lots of love in this.
Brandon, stop it.
I told you he likes the glasses. What can I say?
I don't think it's the glasses.
All
Hey, Patrick.
right, hello.
Oh my gosh, you guys are going so fast.
We've got.
We could do this all night long.
Oh, you have no idea. I could go all night.
Hey, Rebecca.
Oh, all night. Let's see. Let's do this the best way possible. It is
No helmet tonight. No helmet. No knee pads. No, helmet
tonight. This is. Are you guys ready? Are you strapped in? You strapped
No
on?
Velcro
You ready
shoes.
to do this? Yes, I've got my Velcro shoes on. Oh God, I meant to upload one of these images. It'll be so good because I did the whole got Velcro thing, like sort of got
Ooh.
milk.
Oh.
You have no idea how disgusting some of those pictures are because AI doesn't quite get it. I'm dead serious. Whenever I say this with most seriousness. Let me see if I've got the pictures because it is let me see. Got Velcro. Nope, that's not where it is. I created some images that I should not ever show. Velcro. Oh yeah. Let's see. What do we have here?
I don't think I want.
Okay. I'm just so this is going to be bad.
Hit the like button. Hit it 3 times. Hit it once. I don't care. But let's go do that. Thank you, everybody.
Here it comes.
That's the shaming you get from me.
This is what happens whenever you do things like.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Now you see where I'm going with that. That's what they all came up as. Like every single one of them. I was like, oh great.
I don't understand what's the problem.
Well, not all of them did. This one didn't. This one came up pretty good. This one came up pretty good.
Phrasing. Oh dear.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all, Shizzy.
Well, I tried chocolate milk, but it didn't work.
That doesn't. No, that's no.
I mean, where do you get chocolate milk from? A brown cow.
Chocolate cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah. This. All I'm saying is some of these came out really bad. I was like, nope, I can't use them.
Jesus Christ, Shizzy. Oh my God.
I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it happened. Velcro cows, yeah. Nope. You just have to be careful what you put into it.
One, you might be right, Velcro.
Okay.
I don't know that Velcro is a flavor. I mean, I think flavored appropriately.
I was trying to make it look like an ad for, got Velcro.
Holy
See,
cow.
like the little thing right here. It's like got Velcro for my Velcro shoes. All right, let me do this real quick. It
didn't work.
I have to get geared up for this one. Okay.
You might need a
hold on.
Velcro helmet.
I got better. I got better than a Velcro helmet. I have safety gear.
I do not condone what's about to happen.
All right. It's gonna get good. It's gonna get good. Hold on just a second.
I'm scared.
All right. Here we go.
Oh no.
I'm geared up, ready to go.
Another one? Another one?
Got me geared up, ready to go.
I don't have anything handy.
Sick, I have Velcro. Let me get in on the joke. Okay. I wear Velcro shoes. I am a complete artard, and this is my artard writings because I'm not very smart.
I have no outfits. Hang on.
All right. Subject. Dear Bubbles. Oh, dear Bubbles. You've outdone yourself. Oh, where do I even begin? Your latest masterpiece of legal wizardry is a dazzling display of desperation wrapped in a thick coat of irony. So let's dig into it, brother. Let's dig into it. First, let me say I love how you're leaning into the role of the hero of the oppressed. Here, bravely defending your clients from, well, the very mess that they've created themselves. Honestly, it takes real skill to test a situation where they're filming lawsuits left and right. So what the hells is the DJ Radisses and the DUI guys and whoever else those psychopaths can think of into some tragic tale of victimhood. Oh, bravo, bravo, Bubbles. If nothing else, you got a future in the fiction writing. Now about that pre-conference deposition you're begging for. Respectfully, if there were ever a case of stupidity, which we all know about, it's this one. Yes, there you go. She's got her safety gears on too, except you look more like the village people. Can you give me your email address, please? New federal case documents, one not shown on Megan's Live. My email address is shizzywiznut@gmail.com. Just like in my link there. You'll see it there. It's good. It's really good.
Okay.
Oh, and now about this, it's like you're fishing in an empty pond there, Bubbles. You're trying to reel in some facts, and they just don't exist. Well, those signs, those signs that your clients wrote there, the timing. Oh yeah, you just turn.
Oh yeah.
Just
God,
turn to the left. Them witnesses. Oh yes, this is a case so rock solid. Even your arguments are taken on water. And spoiler alert, yeah, Bubbles, you're sinking. You seem to think your case is a teeting on the deposition like it's going to happen. The truth will magically appear as if by some divine act of the laws. But that's the beauty of YouTube, isn't it? The plaintiff has already shared the juicy bits of this evolving story, and here you are. You're acting like the first one to uncover the mystery. You realize that your clients are the only ones embroiled in this mess because their own actions, right? Are you just so deep in this bullshit that you're just going to sue everyone? Strategy that you lost sight of the fact that they've been playing fast and loose, just like a stripper on a corn pole, with the facts since the day one. Oh, Bubbles, you spend a lot of time talking about what the hells is, and they're terrorizing the peoples on the YouTubes and proclaiming... Terrorizing, really? Well, if you think strong commentary and public interest stories are terrorism, you might just need a refresher on what his actual terror looks like there, Bubbles. Also, please spare me the righteous indignation about how hard this lawsuit is on your clients. It wasn't a Hales, DJ Radis, or DUI guy marching into court and they were filing lawsuits left and right. No, that's your clients. The very people you're defending are the ones dragging everyone into court for this defamation case, and yet you expect us to believe that they're the victims here. Well, that little part about Miss Preston's deposition that you're crying foul about being used on YouTube. Well, Bubbles, have you heard of something called public record?
Linda.
Once something's on that there record, Bubbles, it's open
Like
for
what?
commentary. You can't just hide behind that there keyboard claiming foul play every time that someone says something you don't like. It's because if Miss Preston, corn stripper, whatever, Bible preacher, turtle sanctuary running place she does, if she didn't want her deposition to be used for content, well, maybe she shouldn't have stirred up the shit in the middle of a YouTube firestorm.
Oh, he's bringing the blue bucket in?
Yeah, that blue bucket is coming rolling in. It's a nice handy bucket to have whenever you got this kind of poo. Oh boy. But here we are. You're shocked. Oh, shocked. I tell you that people are commenting on that deposition. Well, you really just don't like that. You don't like those facts coming out there, do you, Bubbles? Oh, you're saying, you got to hear both sides of the story, huh? Well, you know what, Bubbles? There are two sides to the story. And you'll have your day in court. Or at least your client will. This repeated whining about the Hales mocking and humiliating Miss Preston during the broadcast of this deposition. Oh, Bubbles, if you ever met the internet, because you're about to find out. You effed around, you go banning people, you go chasing after them, you go hunting them down, you go putting copyright strikes on them. You're about to find out what really happens on YouTube's, sir. The memes, the jokes, and the thumbnails, those are the currency of this here digital age, Bubbles. If you can't handle the heat of the public sphere, which clearly you cannot, maybe don't dip your fat little toes into it. Because there's piranhas in there, buddy. But no. You've decided to wade in waist deep into all this bullshit drama. Creating extra drama. And you want to play innocent victim. It's almost admirable, Bubbles. Almost perfect. Because we've seen this. If you've been around the YouTubes long enough, or even the internet long enough, you'll understand that this is the game that's played on the YouTubes. And you've jumped right into the pit of the piranhas, and you cut your finger open and shook it around, wagging it around. You're like a bitch in heat that just fell into a pool of piranhas. Really sucks for that puppy. And here's the best part. The repeated whining about Hales mocking and humiliating Miss Preston during the broadcast of that deposition, Bubbles. That's not going to end well for you. And here's the best thing. You asked for 3 full dates in October for the plaintiff's deposition. A whole day, Bubbles. I'm sure that Mr. Hales is going to clear that busy schedule of being, actually relevant just for you. Because what's more fun than sitting through a deposition conducted by someone who is still trying to wrap their peed brain around the differences between valid commentary and whatever fever dream that is that you're spinning, Bubbles? Yeah, we got them going tonight. It's a cruel, cruel world in the interwebs land. Tool belt, Zach, tool belt. Oh, and that guarantee there that you keep tossing around, Bubbles, the one where you promise your clients you won't sue everyone just stalks talking about them. Newsflash, dipshit. You're not exactly known for sticking to your word. You've already got lawsuits flying faster than your bad takes, so forgive us for not holding our breath that this is anything more than an empty threat designed to scare content creators into silence. You got called out, Bubbles, because you got a couple of people that wanted to get a handwriting expert, and they got called out. That handwriting expert is nothing but a sham. Why? Why would you do something like that, Bubbles? Because you're not that damn smart. Because you can say, "Oh, I had nothing to do with that. They did that on their own." So are you saying that they're the artards, Bubbles? I'm guessing that's what you're saying. You're saying that they're not smart enough to think for themselves.
No.
Oh, no, they jumped right in there. They went and purchased the #1 handwriting expert in the nation. Wasn't he glorious? You saw how fast that his ass got handed to him on a silver platter. He got smacked down like a cheap piece of meat on a Saturday night in a cornfield in Ohio.
No.
Just saying. That guy got debunked faster than your mother could swim across the British Canal. And that's pretty damn fast. I've seen her swim.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
She swims in it. So in closing, Bubbles, let's stop pretending this is about justice or fairness or whatever noble cause you've convinced yourself you're fighting for. This is about your clients dragging people into a legal nightmare of their own making. This is about your clients being complete dimwits. Either that or they have a dimwit as a lawyer and playing their court jester in a desperate bid to stay relevant. And hey, if you keep at it, you might get lucky and someone will actually start taking you seriously, put you on their channel and let you, come in and spew your bullshit. But don't hold your breath. But to this end, I've created a non-usable legal response to your moronic efforts of filings. Do you like them? Would you like to read one?
Can't see that.
Oh, you can't see that? Okay. I'll read it. Oh,
do you want me to read one? I can pull it up on a different screen if you want me to. Oh,
yeah, pull it up.
Stuck on my squishy thing.
Yes! I love getting when she gets on that squishy thing. Yeah, they're not,
okay. To be fair, Rogue Mama sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's my squishy thing.
Does it smile?
I can make it smile. Wait, well,
there you go. Oh yeah. Make it smile, baby.
But yeah, I'll show you my favorite thing to make it do. Hang on.
Oh yeah, show me the favorite thing. Ooh, he's sticking his tongue out.
Yeah.
You're stuck on what? She's stuck on a squishy thing.
How do I find this where it's bigger? I am so clippable tonight.
How big do you want it?
That's little. That's way too little.
Can
you send me the document so I can pull it up on my other screen?
No.
Is
that bigger? That big enough for you? How big do you want it?
Do you want me to read it?
If you want to read it.
No, that just looks weird. You read it.
Okay. Plaintiff's response to defendant's request for pre-conference deposition. To the Honorable Court, in response to the defendant's desperate and creative plea for pre-Rule 26 deposition, the plaintiff respectfully submits, and might I add, we are more than ready to address every inch of this fine work of legal bullshit. Or fiction, as I wrote. Let's break this down step by step, like the misguided legal tactics of the defendants. This filing is, very freaking entertaining. Local Rule 16.1. It is a discovery, a Hail Mary. You quote Rule 16.1 for the Northern District of Florida like it's a grand revelation. Yes, we know the rule allows discovery before Rule 26 conference without a court order or stipulation, but asking for this exceptional privilege does not make it any less desperate. You want a pre-conference deposition so badly because, let's face it, your clients have no idea what's going on. You are scrambling to make very sense of the mess that they created. hoping a deposition will reveal some magical facts that will save them from well-deserved losses. Spoiler alert, not want. Your handwritten signs and your convenient amnesia. Oh, the signs. You act like we didn't describe in detail how these homemade artistic masterpieces appeared around the plaintiff's property in Levy County. Because apparently your clients think defamation works like an Easter egg hunt. I said egg hunt.
Egg
You
hunt.
say the complaint doesn't allege where and when or by whom the signs were found, but dimwit, maybe you missed it. But all that has been laid out repeatedly in videos, in social media posts, and the public record. Hell, it's probably all over Google by now, because we
It's
know
all over
for
what?
sure. It's all over YouTube, so it's probably all over Google by now.
Oh.
And there's your disbelief that we didn't take photos. Yeah, that was the belief that you had, because clearly in the area of legal disputes, everyone carries a camera crew. Well, the Hales do. Look, the sign's defamatory. Quick, someone grab a selfie. Your clients put these signs out for the world to see, Bubbles. And now you're crying because the evidence isn't as neat as you like. Cry harder. Oh, this handwriting expert conspiracy. Different handwriting
Poor
expert,
Bubbles.
because you mentioned how we boast about having a handwriting expert, and yes, they did, and because they do, and no, you're not going to drop the expert's identity into your lap like a gift-wrapped piñata full of oops, you win. You'll
Is he
meet them
bringing
when the time
expert
is right.
in here?
Is the
Or is
expert
that a
in here?
different expert?
The expert?
Is that the
No,
expert?
this is this is the handwriting expert.
It's like, oh no, we're going
This
multi-platform.
So the Hales got a handwriting expert, and they wanted to reach out to the handwriting expert, but they not allowed to until deposition.
But
That's the
he's not
only
an
time that
expert.
they can do that.
He's not the expert.
No, the Hales do have an expert. No, it's not the expert. His macaroni is overcooked. Yes, it is. His macaroni is burnt. You know, it's like
I like a good
macaroni with
noodle.
the little Vienna sausages in it. I bet there's lots of Vienna sausages in his macaroni. Just saying. Lots of.
Franks and beans.
You got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Franks and beans, franks and beans, franks and beans, right?
We didn't spend months building a solid case, to have it undone because you want to fast track this drama like it's the finality of a TV show, Bubbles. The out-of-state deposition threats. Oh dear, you're forced to travel to Levy County tragedy. What you call empty threats, we call standard legal procedure. You missed that part in law school where, witnesses are sometimes required to show up in the courts. But go ahead, keep pretending that legal consequences are optional and that court orders are just suggestions. If your clients are so upset by these threats, maybe they should have thought twice before playing defamation games in someone else's yard. And that someone happens to be me. Someone who doesn't take kindly to slanderous signs, shoddy claims, and half-baked excuses, Bubbles. That steamrolling strategy. What? You claim that we boasted about steamrolling your clients. Well, yes, we did. And with good reason. They handed us the steamroller, they hopped in the driver's seat, they strapped in, they buckled up, and then proceeded to sue themselves into a corner. If they feel terrorized by the lawsuit, that's what happens when you paint defamatory signs, sling falsehoods, and expect no one to respond. It's like pouring gasoline on yourself and then screaming when someone lights a match. It really burns, doesn't it? I bet that ass is chapped right now. This deposition saga and Miss Preston's not so humiliating experience. You're really dragging Miss Preston back into this. Let's be clear, that deposition wasn't about the TRO. It was about unraveling the pattern of defamation and harassment that stretched far beyond one complaint. If Miss Preston felt humiliated by the process, maybe it's because she lied under oath. She had to juggle truth with her web of YouTube and Facebook stories, and sorry, not so sorry, not at all. But let's not act like this was a grand ambush. She had legal representation, she knew the stakes, and as a grown adult, if she wanted a continuance, maybe she shouldn't have filed a TRO with proper game plan. But no. Instead, you're painting this deposition as a ninth circle of hell, when in reality it was just good old legal accountability. This great YouTube conspiracy you have, Bubbles. Let's not forget the piece de resistance of your argument, the claim where we played the entire deposition on YouTube for the purpose of public humiliation. No. The fun fact is you're involved in a lawsuit that affects thousands of people, and your actions are part of a larger public interest story, Bubbles. People tend to care. The internet cares. If your clients didn't want their dirty laundry aired, they should have just kept their dirty laundry offline in the first place. And here's my conclusion, Bubbles. Your request for a pre-rule deposition is nothing more than a desperate attempt to get a preview of what's coming for your clients. And sorry, that's not the way it works. The only thing they're going to get is a front row seat to their own defeat. Dirty feet, possibly. If they feel terrorized, maybe they should stop dragging people into frivolous lawsuits, painting defamatory signs. Therefore, Lee, we respectfully request that this court deny any defendant's motions in full and remind them that lawsuits are won by facts, Bubbles, not desperate procedural Hail Marys which you have been tossing left and right. This is signed Shizzy Wisnut. Definitely not legal advice, more like an artard with a left set of left shoes with broken Velcro. Just so you know, Bubbles, there's no offense given to you, but plenty of offenses been given to other people. We don't tolerate that here on the YouTubes. We don't tolerate the silliness that you want to perpetuate. You, Bubbles, have attacked too many people. If you want to find out what it's like to be on the YouTubes, because clearly you can't do a channel of your own because you're not competent enough to do that. Because if you were competent enough to do that, maybe people would come by and they would pay attention to you. They would think that there was something valuable that you had to offer. Clearly, Bubbles, you don't have a whole lot to offer. The only thing that you have to offer to people is a one-way ticket to a lawsuit. And that's all that you're doing. You think that you're having fun, and you think that playing those games are smart and witty. But you're about to find out, Bubbles, just how cruel the YouTubes can be. You go after people the way that you've been going after them. And I don't play that game. You don't know who you're playing with. You don't know the kind of people that the YouTubes knows. And the kind of people that don't play these kind of games. And you keep messing around like this. And it's not a threat, Bubbles. It is not a threat whatsoever. You will find out how vicious the YouTubes can be to you. You will find out just how fast your clients end up in a lawsuit. Just how fast you end up in a lawsuit. Because you think you're quick. You think you're witty. You think that you've got all the legal finagling. But you just don't realize the people that you're messing with. And how fast they will tear you down. I would suggest, Bubbles, that you hang up your YouTube hat, you get off the interwebs, and you do what any lawyer would do and go practice the law and represent your client appropriately, because you're clearly not doing that. You've made it very clear that you're out for some sort of social YouTube justice, and you're not going to find it. The people that are over following you on everywhere that you might be because of the hatred that you're spewing out, whenever they find the truth out about you, whenever they find out the kind of vicious pandering that you do you think that Miss Preston, and I say this in all seriousness, do you think that Miss Preston is going to be impressed with the bullshit that you've been pulling, or that she's not going to come after your ass? Because the game that you're playing right now, you think it's quick, you think it's witty, you're being fun, you're having a good time with it. You have to remember, everyone knows that you went and sought out Miss Preston. You sought her out, and she will use every bit of that ire, that hatred, that vitriol that she has towards people on you. And whenever she lets loose on you, nobody's going to be there to back you up because you burned too many people. We've seen it happen time and time again on YouTube. Stick around long enough before you open your cock gobbling ass, because that's what's going to happen with you. You're going to find out just exactly how vicious this place is. They don't play around, and you've messed with the wrong people. Too bad. So sad, but I'm not. Sorry. I'm off my high horse now.
Where's like the patriotic soundbite to go behind that? Like, I need like a clip. I need like,
these, I'm all about having some fun, but whenever people go attacking other people on the YouTube,
I mean, if you're going to go on a rant, I have no spirit some background music.
In the same way I talk about the toothless in a pod. Like, I don't give two shits about them. I really don't. And I don't expect anybody to go over and attack them or dox them or go after them. I think that's stupid and ridiculous. I don't have time for that. I wouldn't want people doing that to me. So why would I wish that on somebody else?
But you come after my people.
Yeah, you come after my people, and the knives come out. And right. I mean, just saying, I've been around YouTube long enough, and I've met quite a few people that you really don't want to be. You don't want to be messing with. You really
Maybe
don't want to be
know
messing
me very
with them.
well, Bruce. But I'd like to get to know you a little better.
Oh, it's not hard for me to find out people. This is what I do for a living, you dimwit.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'll go. You go after my girls. I'll go.
Yeah. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. We've got more Sarah Boone coming at you guys tomorrow. It is a beautiful day. It's gonna be so
and we have the Diddy docs.
Oh God, yes, we do have the Diddy docs. Do you want to go over some of those?
We don't have to go over it tonight unless somebody really wants to hear it. But
I mean, they would really have to want them. They'd really have to want the Diddy docs.
We can skim through to the sauce if you want, but we don't have to. I know you've been on for 3.5 hours, darling. It might be time to call it a night.
Yeah, it might be. It would be up to Chad. Chad, do you want to see some Diddy docs, or do you want to
see some Diddy docs?
It just sounds dirty. Diddy docs, meow. Ugh, I don't know. Megan and Tug are talking about going to Florida in August for the federal trial.
Let's go. August? That's a whole year's away.
Yeah.
I don't plan that far ahead.
Yeah, they do want to hear about the Diddy docs.
Do you want to pull them up?
Yeah, give me a second. I will pull them up. It won't take me very long.
You'll have to zoom in if you want me to read anything, because I'm blind as a bat.
Oh, you just need it embiggened is all. You know how to get it bigger, right?
I need it really big.
Yeah. She can't have just tiny little Diddy docs. They've got to be large and in charge.
No little ditties. Big ditties.
No little ditties. No little ditties.
Didn't say that.
Let's see. Here we go. All right.
I gotta take these off. These hurt my head.
Oh, I understand.
These are my Mrs. Roper glasses when I do my Mrs. Roper costume. So yeah, no, they hurt my
And
head.
I could read through some of this really fast. That gets people.
Oh yeah, there's a
into
lot
the
of
mood.
blobbity blob. Yeah.
Well, basically it says Busby
Good night,
Law
Angel.
Firm for her complaint alleges as follow. They're wanting compensatory and punitive damage for aggravated SA against plaintiff Jane Doe. For decades, P. Diddy, with all his characters' names, abused, molested, raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, men, and minors for sexual gratification, to assert dominance, and to conceal his abhorrent conduct. He accomplished these acts by and through criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. Combs is reportedly one of the wealthiest musical artists in the world, behind the facade of being a 3-time Grammy Award winner, discovering and developing multiple famous music artists, and blah, blah, blah. He's a menace to society, women, men, and the children, while his wealth has kept him above consequences for years. How far down do I have to go before I get to the gross stuff? Because this is already gross.
Well, hang on.
Well, we know what his business plans were under a variety of names.
Let me get into, because you can really skip down to, well, I don't know. Let's go to the testimony, right?
Oh, okay. So we got we have an affidavit here. Members and constituents.
It's interjected. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Members and associates of Combs businesses engaged in or attempted to engage in, among other activities, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for the purpose of prostitution, coercion, enticement, engagement in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Combs business constitute an ongoing organization of members functioning as a continuing unit for common purpose of achieving these goals for Combs. His pervasive history of sexual assault and violence. Ooh. What is that? Oh no, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. What's cold? Get out, get the baby oil ready. We'll break out.
I'm gonna try to skim ahead for a second and see if I can find
skim
it.
Ahead and I'll catch up with you. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for all the super chats. It's glorious. It's
catch
glorious.
up on those.
Let's go, Brandon. Why does it say Velcro? Let me in on the joke. Velcro shoes, because I'm an artard. Patrick W, member for 4 months. Thank you so much. And we got a super sticker by Q. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Oh yeah. We've got the, let me pull that down there. And I'll probably read any other super chats come in. I'll catch them at the very end. 4 years, Combs and his businesses engaged in a persistent, pervasive pattern of abuse towards men, women, and minors. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of this pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated men and women to participate in highly orchestrated performances. Yeah, you just tell me where to stop. And with sexual activity with both commercial workers and unsuspecting partygoers, Combs ensured participation from these individuals by, among other things, obtaining, distributing narcotics to them with or without their knowledge, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation, violence, and illicit drugs.
Oh no.
Yeah, Amazon has baby oil in 55-gallon drums, but he liked the plastic. Talk about saving the planet. It's not coming to summer in Aussie. Oh, generally mean it. Wish we lived closer. You're a good friend to me. Aw, that's so awesome. Combs, while celebrating for his business acumen and influence in the entertainment world, has often been described as more troubling light, as powerful, manipulative, and problematic. Oh, I've known people like this before. I never looked at them as perverts, but I could see the kind of like attitude this guy might have. He basically uses it to intimidate and control. This darker side of Combs' persona has been underscored by the numerous lawsuits and allegations that have surfaced over the years. Despite his undeniable success, his rise to the top is marred by reputation for being ruthless and manipulative, using an influence in ways that
Page
have left
13.
a trail of legal and personal controversies, included but not limited to nightclub shooting, multiple essays, business disputes, claims by Casey Ventura, his former
Page
girlfriend.
13.
I'll get there. I heard it.
Okay.
Combs
On a roll.
particularly
Go.
fancied the use of popular drug called rohypnol or roofies or GHB to commit heinous non-consensual acts of SA and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God.
Mhm.
It just goes on. And I mean, I will read this I will read this in more depth because it just goes down through long history of men, women, and children.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of blah 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 about bad boy this and bad boy that, but then the factual allegations come in on 13.
They demand a trial on her claims in this action. Factual allegations. Ooh. All right. Hey, Gutters Pub, how you doing? They made oil from babies? Well, you have to squeeze them just hard enough that you get oil without like hurting the internal organs. So, you know.
What are we talking about?
Squeezing out baby oil. That's how you get baby oil from babies, right?
Oh.
Like you get whale oil from whales, right?
What? No.
You don't get whale oil from whales?
Well, yes, but it's not just squeezing them.
Oh, you have to wring them a little bit?
It's not a pretty thing.
Oh, okay. Combs and his staff regularly invite members of the public to events such as music video shoots, photo shoots, autograph signings in and around New York City. One such event took place in 2004 across the street from Jane Doe's college campus in Brooklyn, New York. Though Miss Doe's friends and Combs' accomplices and agents, Miss Doe received an invitation to Combs's photo shoot. She was 19 years old at the time. She was flattered and excited to receive such an invitation from an individual of Combs' celebrity and stature. Oh. Miss Doe accompanied her friends to the event and discovered that it was a photo shoot promoting Da Band, a recording group Combs signed to his record label, Bad Boy Entertainment. At the photo shoot, she and one of her good friends, another freshman living in the dormitory with Miss Doe, were eventually invited to an after party by Combs' business associates before leaving the party. Miss Doe had met Combs at the photo shoot. Now it seems odd to me. What was she had to be around somewhere and he spotted her and gave her an invite. Because this just seems weird. I mean,
right.
I mean, I've been around the music scene long enough that you know, if you just don't let's put it this way.
Well,
you don't go searching out groupies, okay?
No, but what happens is there's an open call, and those that are, you know, wanting to be in the industry is whether it's an extra or actual backup dancers or something you might need to audition for, you're going to get the same calls. And so what it sounds like to me is that she showed up at the photo shoot.
But
he
that's
saw
not
her.
No, she was invited to the photo shoot.
She was invited, but that could have been that language.
Combs and staff regularly invited members of the public to events such as music video shoots, photo shoots, autograph signs in around New York
But it's
City.
usually through a hub that's for extras or dancers or talent, just talent in general. But yeah.
So she signed up for this because it's not like she
wouldn't?
signed up for this.
Who wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
Wow, I get to be in a music video. Wow, yay.
Right. Yeah. I guess it worked for Courtney Cox.
It works for a lot of people.
I was never that interested in doing that kind of stuff. I'm horrible at self-promotion. I really am. At this photo shoot,
Gosh,
she and one of her
extra
good
work is
friends.
fun.
Well, I was always too busy for extra work.
Gotcha.
And Miss Doe, Miss Combs told Miss Doe and her friend they should come to the hotel first for a more exclusive party. Miss Doe and her friend agreed and were taken to a Manhattan area Marriott hotel by a member of Combs' entourage. Upon arriving at the hotel suite, Miss Doe noticed there were a dozen people there having drinks and listening to music in a relaxed party environment. So yeah, they're just sitting around listening to music, chilling, drinking,
after
talking.
party.
Yeah, it's after party. While attempting to mingle around the party, Miss Doe and her friend were suddenly grabbed and taken to a separate room off the main party. Miss Doe believed the man taking them to be a security guard, so she went with him. But when she asked him where they were going, he simply told her, "You know what you were here for." Okay.
That sounds
Creepy.
really nefarious.
And then I would have said, "No, I don't know what I'm here for.
Right.
I came here for an after party, but I don't know what you're doing." This is really gutting. Sorry. Not trying to gut you guys out.
No.
After taking Miss Doe and her
I
friend to
get
the
it.
bedroom, the security guard left the room and locked the door. The only person in the room besides Miss Doe and her friend was Combs. Combs gave Miss Doe and her friend more drinks, then instructed them to imbibe cocaine. Imbibe. That's a weird word. I've never heard that.
I know.
And she had prepared for the use on the coffee table. Miss Doe did not want to do this. Combs continued to getting gradually more aggressive with the two women, eventually began forcibly touch them without consent. When they resisted, Combs ordered Miss Doe's friend to perform oral on him, or else he would have them both deleted. Miss Doe's friend complied, and Miss Doe begged Combs to allow them to leave. He did not agree.
Do you want me to help you read this, or I mean, because I've got it pulled up now, but
yeah, go ahead. No, because I mean, at this point, no matter what you do, once you're out of there, you're out of there.
Yeah,
something like this happens, you don't stick around for round two. You're gone. So
right.
if she's saying that anything more happened beyond this one night, then she put herself in a position she should not have done. She should have gone straight to the police.
I don't think that we get there. But I do agree. My dad taught me the best defense is to say things very loudly in response to whatever's being offered to you, because usually it makes people back down. But
yeah,
you know, that was the olden days.
Yeah, he was about to back down.
Yeah.
He probably would have beat him with that every inch of their life.
Combs soon turned his sights to Ms. Doe and forced her to take her clothes off. Again, under the threat of violence, once she was undressed, Combs forced himself on her and began to sexually assault her. Combs fondled, molested, and ultimately raped Ms. Doe. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with the Ms. All while she begged him to stop. Soon, and likely due to Ms. Doe's cries, the door opened and the security guard from earlier came in to ask if everything was all right. Ms. Doe's friend took the opportunity to rush out of the recently locked door. Ms. Doe, however, could not move as Mr. Combs was still on top of her. Do we want to alternate? You want me to?
Yeah, I'll read it. Combs got off. Miss Doe talked to the security guard. He left the room, but told Miss Doe to stay. Otherwise, she would be deleted. After about half an hour of sitting in the dark room by herself, another security guard came and told her that she could leave. Miss Doe gathered her things and left immediately and called a taxi back to her dormitory in downtown Brooklyn. And if this is the only thing that happened and she was able to get out of there alive, yeah, I would have gone straight to the cops. The first cause of action, violation of New York City Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act. All defendants, plaintiff hereby incorporates each of the foregoing paragraphs as fully so forth, blah, blah, blah. By forcing this upon the plaintiff, specifically by physically assaulting and then forcibly raping the plaintiff, defendant Combs committed a crime of violence motivated by gender under this act, requiring, and basically it just goes through of what it should, basically what they're seeking.
The code. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Combs Code committed the crime of violence, motivated Marriott defendants, whether enabled Combs committed the crime of violence,
Well, no,
drugs.
I don't think this is to be overlooked. She's actually going after Marriott.
Marriott defendants further enabled Combs to commit the crime of violence motivated by. Yeah, that's no.
You don't think that's worth? I think that's something.
No.
I mean,
no. I mean, that's just like saying, how is the best way of putting this? It's like being at a ball game and getting hit with a baseball and then blaming the crowd for being there.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
Well, because Marriott has no control over this. Now, if you wanted to go, Marriott as a corporation, she's just going after the money. And I find this very, very concerning because she's going after whoever she can to get money out of him. What it sounds like.
Well,
and
I mean, I think
it makes it not as relevant. And I'll put it this way.
Okay.
Like with Bubbles, there's a reason why Bubbles went after Larry. There's a reason why Bubbles went after the DUI guy, the Hales, and then of course the other people that he went after, DJ Radis and George. So the reason why he did that is because he knows that these people have money, and that's why he's going after them in the way that he is. Now, he could have gone after anybody else, but they don't have any money. And he said that multiple times. The reason he's not going after them is because, well, you can't get any money out of them. So whenever you've got somebody that's motivated by money, it makes it very, very shady. It doesn't look good for you, because if there's think about this. You've got 100 content creators out there, and they're doing the YouTube thing, but they don't have as large of a following.
Right.
All right. You're not going to get any money out of them, so you don't include them in the lawsuit. If you're going to sue, if you're going to go after the Hales, you're going to go after DJ Radish, you're going to go after all these other Larry, DUI guy, you're going to go after these people. Why aren't you going after those other 100 to 200 to 1,000 people and include them in on this also? It's because they're not motivated by money, which is going to cause them to lose their freaking case so quick, because all they have to do is say, listen, how many people do we have here that are doing the same damn thing? Why aren't you suing them also?
Right.
It's stupid and ridiculous.
Let me just say that you as an attorney, I would want to paint this picture of Marriott, who is in business with Combs, because this is not a one-off hotel visit. This is an ongoing presence. This is happening on the regular. So I think it's the right thing to do is to call them out. If I'm being completely transparent. I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm after Marriott money. I'm trying to corner the defendant, and all of the co-conspirators, because somebody's going to turn, and they may actually have names of people at Marriott who tried to keep them quiet or did whatever. I don't know. But the fact that it's coming in as an attorney, I don't think you would just throw it out there unless there was something. There's something there.
Yeah, but I'm just not finding it. I'm not finding.
No, sweet and sour. I'm not assuming that hotels are going to know everything you do, but I'm saying if you're having a weekly throwdown on the top floor, they probably know what's going on. And you just want to make it salty enough in a complaint that it makes people uneasy. I'm just looking at it from the complaint.
I understand, and that's VGMVPA claims.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blah blah code.
That's the gender thing that she's talking about.
No, I get it.
Marriott's defendants further enabled Combs to commit the crime of violence motivated by gender by turning willful blind eye to his obvious conduct, including violence against others, facilitating a venue and premise, including but not limited to a hotel room to Combs and associates in order to permit them to commit such acts of violence, and profiting from his violence through room rates, room service, and other monetary benefits paid by through Combs and his corporations. There'd be no doubt that Combs and his conduct was well known. His routinely had large parties at hotel venues. So they just, she's going after Marriott, but she's saying he does this everywhere he goes. He does this every hotel, and they cater to it because he spends
they're trying to
money.
establish a pattern.
I got it. No, that I can see where you're coming from with this. Marriott was getting well compensated for bad boys parties. Yeah. Well, It wasn't just Marriott. It was every hotel that they would show up in. Like if Marriott couldn't block off the rooms, then they would go to the Bellagio and get a whole block of rooms. So if this would have happened at the Bellagio, she probably would have gone after the Bellagio for this.
Sure.
It just happened to be a Marriott that she went to. Right. On information belief, plaintiff alleges that we'll just go down here and scroll. So what her judgment that now this is where claims come really handy, because you do have to provide something that would be a relief. Awarding compensatory damages for all physical injuries, emotional distress, psychological harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain and suffering, family and social disruption, and other harm in an amount to be determined at trial.
Right.
So basically they haven't put a number on it yet, because this is just getting their name in the bucket for this. Awarding punitive damages in the amount to be determined, awarding attorney's fees and costs pursuant to any applicable statute or law, awarding pre and post judgment interest on all such damages, fees, and or costs, and attaching any involved defendant's real property and other assets.
All those bar numbers.
Oh yeah. Wow. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah. So you're looking at a couple thousand from Texas. They're all in Texas.
But do you see? Wait, pause. Just wait a second. Well, are they?
Yeah, they're all Texas lawyers. So she's
that's the address.
She's from Texas.
That's their corporate address.
Busby Law Firm is located in Texas, but they're all Texas attorneys. That's their Texas bar number.
But scroll down just a little bit. Do you see that little italics?
What attorneys for plaintiff John Doe?
We've only heard about Jane Doe.
That might have been a typo. A typo.
I guess it could be.
Yeah, I think that's all it is a typo. Yeah, that's all I think it is.
Ava Law Group. Like, I'm not seeing it cuts off before it gives their address.
Who?
Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Hang on. The
Ava Law Group
AVA.
Voltaire Street,
This
San
in
Diego.
San Diego. Okay.
Yeah.
And New York.
That's so those are the Diddy files. That was short, sort of like.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
I think those are the probable cause files.
Yeah. And well, this is just one person. There's multiple people from what I understand. There's not just them, but there are multiple people involved.
There's multiple, but this was the filing that brought the probable cause. We'll see.
Yeah, there's quite a few people stepping forward and trying to have a conversation about this. We'll see how bad it gets. Yeah. It'll be 2025 before you get any of the information on that. And here's
Fox raid at 10:17 p.m. You're a little late, but welcome.
Oh yeah. Well, sometimes people are a little bit behind. Some people are catching up.
Welcome, Fox Raiders.
Yes, welcome, Fox Raiders. But
welcome again.
Yeah, it is insane and crazy that we have this kind of stuff going on.
You think there's over 100 Lilu? I haven't heard that.
Over 100? Oh, I would suspect that there's
been over 100 subpoenas there's been over 100 subpoenas, but I don't know that that's actual victims. That's
No, I don't think it is either.
people being named.
No, I would almost be willing to say that's probably very true. But it's one of those where with these kinds of lawsuits, you have to really be careful on what because the problem is you run into this true crime thing that a lot of people run into. And they start speculating and they start coming up with names and they start saying, well, this and this and this. And well, I knew a girl that knew a girl that knew a guy that, this happened to.
Don't feel bad. I mean, I get it. It's a lot of data dump and it's easy to get things screwed, but the numbers are alarming. Either way, any way you want to run it, it's alarming in my opinion.
Yeah. And we, one thing I've always tried to avoid is getting too deep in the weeds on a lot of this stuff. The speculations, you can only do so much of it before you're just like, I mean, should that happen? Should they be? And I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a crazy time. It seems like we're just inundated with debauchery. So.
Yes. Well, and it'll get better. But with that, I am firing this thing down. I'm shutting this thing off, and I'm going to send everybody over. Go give MG a little bit of love. This is his witching hour. I'm going to you
tell
guys
MG I said nice hat.
Yes, tell him said nice hat. This is my outro for the Sarah Boone stuff. So it's going to be a little bit shorter, and I will see you guys soon.
Bye, everybody.
Look inside, I call and wait. You passed out, hoping you return my fate. And you must stash out. Stupid game has turned to cruel. Are you feeling me? Love is gotta feel the fool like you breathe. Wasn't meant to be my night. Hiding in the suitcase tight. Sarah's giggles fade away, leaving me as a castaway. Sarah, let me out. I'm begging, please. And please, breathing stuff, I'm almost pegging. Please, breathe so raw, don't leave me here. Lost my air in this gear. In this case, I disappear.